You are looking live at Cutter Historical Streams for today. It is game 2 of the ALDS, and today Blue Jays take on the New York Yankees, the hated rival New York Yankees. This is a key game, and a little distracting for me because I have to deal with football, pick 'em pool, and all that. But I'm doing pretty well in my pool right now. As of right now, of all the scores, I'm 4-1, which is not half bad. All that. Yep, the Blue Jays fans out in full force with the blue towels and all that against the New York Yankees. Blue Jays are trying to take the 2-0 series lead in the best of 5, which is not a super given that the Jays will win the series, but it will get the Jays closer and closer, and a potential split in New York would be the best option and all that. So yeah, like if the Jays win today, that will make it 2 games to love, which would be okay. But the Jays have come back. We're down 0-2 in the ALDS in 2015 to the Yankees. I mean to the Rangers, and won the next 3. So if the Jays are up 2-0, it could be done to them. Although the last time the Jays were up 2-0 in a series, which was the 2016 ALDS, they finished the job against Texas. Although Game 3 was in Toronto, not in Texas. Max Fried is on the bump for the Yankees, as expected. I kind of had a hunch that Fried was going to come in to start for the Blue Jays in Game 2, rest him for Game 1 of the ALCS, and then put him in Game 2. So basically, he's had to take over for Garrett Cole, who had injured himself before the season even started, and like couple of my fantasy teams, I had to get rid of him. Garrett Cole, not Max Fried. Fried is a good pitcher, I'll say that much right now, because he helped the Braves win the 2021 World Series. So, what am I to argue about? I don't argue about anything or anyone. So anyway, yeah, it's Game 2 of the ALDS. Blue Jays are ready to take the field. Kevin Pillar threw out the ceremonial first pitch, so that's big. Carolina is making it interesting against Miami. I picked Carolina. I should pick Miami after Chuba was injured, but you can't trust Miami sometimes. Denver and Philly are going down to the wire. Dallas is crushing the Jets. The Saints look like they're going to take out the Giants. It's like, wow. Oh, new update. Carolina's up 27-24. We got to stop the Dolphins. I picked Carolina. Denver 18-17 with 2.5 left. Cowboys are crushing the Jets, so that's easy. Giants are in the red zone. They got to do something against the Saints. Complete game. San Fran won, Minnesota won, Houston won, Indy won. So 4 games have been completed, and Dallas is almost on an automatic win. So I've got all the stuff. 4-1. There will be four late afternoon games. So earlier today for the NFL, the Rams lost to the Niners in overtime on Thursday. This morning, Cleveland, they are the Cleveland Browns after all. They lost to Minnesota. Indy has crushed Vegas. The Giants are trying to get something against the Saints. Dallas has already got the Jets. Philly's in a tight win with Denver. Carolina's tight with Miami. Houston beat Baltimore without Lamar Jackson. They're just nothing. So that it was kind of easy to see. Arizona faces Tennessee today. Later today, Seattle takes on Tampa. That's a tough one. Oh, Detroit, Cincy, Washington Chargers. That's your late afternoon slate. Pats and Bills on Sunday night, and Kansas City, Jacksonville tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. So I know I don't have anybody here with me. I wonder where my usual crew is, like the crew that helped me out yesterday, me talking all that. But I'm not too deterred by it. So, like I'll repeat myself for them. About Tampa and Seattle, that game's kind of a pick 'em. But here's the thing about Tampa versus Seattle, because guess what I found out? That, Seattle, it's going to be hard because the Seahawks played the Bucks, yeah. But there's a logistics problem because coming up an hour after the game should be over for the Seahawks, the Mariners host the Tigers, and there will be probably some fans doing the NFL MLB double. But the problem is that Seattle's football field and Seattle's baseball field are like half a mile from each other. They're basically almost next door, if you will. So, parking, you can't have parking for both events. So there were rumors that the Seahawks would have to move their game away from Sunday. But the MLB said in their wisdom that the Mariners will start at 8:30 and all that. They should start at like at 9 o'clock or 9:30 Eastern time, because then it gives them a little more time to get the football fans out and the baseball fans in. To say the least, I wonder how Seattle's doing the logistics of it. And they said, what was it? Yeah, they said that if Seattle's in the ALCS in 2 weeks' time on October 20th, that's going to be a problem for logistics, but I doubt that highly. So, yeah, everything looks spotty and all of that. With me, still wearing the Blue Jays hat, the same hat as yesterday, the same glasses as yesterday, the same old school Blue Jays pullovers from yesterday, the same jogging pants, the same underwear, and the same socks. Don't worry, I changed. They're clean. Like, I cleaned them. So anyway, yeah, I got all that, and of course the same Blue Jays flag, the same Blue Jays #1 fan mug, the same Monster Ultra Paradise that I will pour in my cup to drink. I couldn't find the Ultra Paradise at Sobeys today. Like, I went grocery shopping like an hour ago. I couldn't find the same one, so I had to change to the Mango Loco that I usually drink. Hopefully that doesn't disturb anything, but I'll see if I can find like a Ultra Paradise Monster. Well, no sugar. Oh, no sugar, eh? Well, anyway, yeah. So yeah, I got the green Monster stuff. Green in my cup. Into my cup. E Savage is warming up. He's our pitcher trading Savage against Max Fried, so that's huge. One other baseball game, and that's the Mariners taking on the Tigers game too, but that's a little later on, like at 8 o'clock, 8:30 Eastern time. So, there'll be time. All right. So as I look at the lineup, it looks like the same. It is the same. Up and down 1 through 9. Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, Rice, Stanton, Chisholm, McMahon, Volpe, and Austin Wells. From yesterday, like no major changes. So we'll see what the youngster Yesevich does. I guess because we can't really trust Max Scherzer, and we have Bassett and Berrios still kind of licking their wounds, if you will, then that's probably why, Trey's starting this game. I mean, the Yankees didn't see him, so they don't completely know all about Trey. So that might work in our advantage. But Max Fried had a 4 ERA in 4 starts against the Jays. I don't know what his win-loss was. 2-1, I think. So, yeah, and the same Topps baseball cards that I will unpack one pack today for sure. I got a few things of substance. Let's see. Oh, David Schneider is starting in left field, Farshall in center, Miles Straw in right. So, yeah, that's right. Fried's a lefty. So Clement, Jimenez, kind of Faleva starting today. Vladdy at first, Alejandro Kirk the catcher. I don't know who the DH is, but doesn't matter. So Trent, the firm Grisham, is coming to the plate. The reason why I say the firm is because John Grisham is a writer for many books, and he wrote The Firm, among others. So let's strap on. It's a strike, 96 on the gun. It's almost the automatic take the first pitch for a strike in the game Fury. Grisham, 235, 34 home runs, 74 RBIs in the regular season. Low ball one. Yep, the same guy with the Toronto Blue Jays hockey jersey in the background. Man, if the Blue Jays do well, I'm going to grab me one of those Toronto Blue Jay hockey jerseys and all that. Pitch. Oh, he flailed. Yay, strike 2. Gotta love it, because it's a hockey jersey, but it's a baseball team. They probably would have a hockey jersey of the Raptors or the Argos, if you will. Because, Toronto doesn't have an NFL team. No Canadian team As an NFL team. Well, the Bills used to play at least one regular season game in Toronto for like 5 years, and then they stopped. Oh, he flailed. He flailed. He flailed. He flailed. He flailed. There's his dad. He's happy as can be. You know it. So obviously, I can't have the game audio in the background because YouTube and Major League Baseball are kind of picky and all that. I don't know how loud the background noise is. I think I'm okay. Yeah, there's Aaron Judge, 53 home runs. He's got a very big strike zone and all that because of his height, 6'7". So yeah, got a lot of things going for me here. Oh, here's Judge. Nope, didn't offer. 3-0. Probably just trying to see where Judge will lay the bat. Blue Jays are trying to win to go up 2-0 in a series for the first time since 2016 against the Rangers. The kid just couldn't get in the strike zone. 4 pitches out of the zone, and now Bellinger's coming to the plate. Cody Bellinger is a respectable bat. I mean, he has had some great moments with the Dodgers and the Cubs. So kind of have to respect him in a way. So, yeah. Pitch. Didn't go. I figured. Ball 1. Bellinger almost was 3,100 as in home runs and RBIs. He was a homer and 2 RBIs short of that mark, which would be pretty impressive in any stretch. Way off, 2-0. Man, that's 6 straight balls. I think it's just yips. I mean, it has to be yips. I mean, the dude, this is his first playoff start in ever. And, the guy hasn't pitched too many games in the majors. He was a September call-up. Strike number 1. He got in the zone. Strike. Nice. There. Yeah. All right. 2-2. Fouled it away. Wait, did he get his bat on the ball? Guess so. That's a foul. I thought maybe it was ball 3. But then the runner would have run to second base. So, yeah, that's ball 3. That's a foul ball. Runner can't go to second base. Giancarlo is ready to go to the next circle. Flailed him. Yeah, Bellinger flails. Strike 3. That's the second K of the inning, and his dad is pumped up. Now he just got to get through his nerves because next is Ben Race. Good splitter, and they knew that he was going to throw that pitch. Oh, here's Race. I gave it to him. That's a strike. I thought that was a ball by the way he was jumping out of the way. Ben Rice, 26 home runs, 65 RBIs. He's no spring chicken and all that. I know he's like, how many people fear Ben Rice and all that, unless you're a Yankee fan? He didn't give that one. 12-1. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know. Bill's telling me that, it doesn't make sense. The NLDS is playing game 2 tomorrow and not game 2 today. Maybe I would say because of it's Sunday, but can't really do that. Well, Philly, it wouldn't hurt. Well, it hurts you put the Phillies in the late slot because, Citizens Bank Park, I know it's close to Lincoln Financial, but, people could do the double header. And Milwaukee, well, the Packers, but they're on bye this week. So the Packers aren't playing this week. The Steelers aren't playing this week. The Falcons and the Bears aren't playing this week. 1-2. Now you got him flailing. Well, he strikes out the side. He gives up a walk, but you know what? It doesn't matter because a serial is what matters on the scoreboard. So no score through half an inning. Okay, let's take a look at the stuff. Yeah. So Denver, Arizona just scored against Tennessee 7-0. Tampa's up 3-0 in Seattle. Well, let's just kick the field goal to make it 21-17. So Philly's only down by 4. They still have a chance at a touchdown. Panthers win 27-24. Boy, that was a close one. I almost went Miami, but good thing I didn't. Niners win, Vikings win, Texans win, Panthers win, Cowboys win. Giants just suck. Like, I thought Jackson. Yeah, I know everyone said New Orleans, but I'm like, Jackson Dart might be the real deal. Well, that's what I felt. So Denver, Philadelphia is the other game. Philly still has a chance to score a touchdown to win the game. So as of right now, I'm 5-2. If Philly can win that, I'm 6-2, and I'm close to being at least 500, which is, very good and all that. So yeah, Sunday, went to church. Did a Degrassiism that won't go out till next Sunday, but I taped it, and come to that good, I have to type up the Degrassia thing. So yeah. All right, so the starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays is a little different than than game 1. All right, leading off is Georgie Springer, Davis, Schneider, hot dogs, left field. You wouldn't know Schneider's hot dogs. It's a Canadian thing. Vladdy Jr. Plancata at first base. Andra will play catcher back in the cleanup spot. Dalton Varsho farshing through the snow in center. Ernie, my darling Clementine at third base. IKF playing second. Andres Jem Jimenez playing short. And Miles Turkey in the straw playing right field. That is the starting lineup. And the first pitch from Fried is a ball. George Springer, 32 home runs, 84 RBIs in the regular season. And the important thing is he was pretty much healthy. Well, he actually missed a little bit of time. And he'll take foul. Oh, was that off the foot? Or, something with Wells? Nope, off Springer. Wells. Now Fried will set. Ground ball, third to first. First to, well, what can you expect? Oh no. Schneider dunks a ball to left field. That's a single because he wants to mingle. All right. Easy to decipher. So Flighty Girl, 3 for 4 yesterday. Oh, they called that a strike? Really? Flighty, oh, it dropped. It dropped, and Chisholm bobbled it. Oh, boy, oh boy. Brutal mistake by Chisholm. Was it a Baltimore chop or was it a foul fly ball? Let's see. No, it was in front of the plate. Chisholm went for it, and I think he got, yeah, Chisholm went for it, and then I think he looked at Flatty at first base and lost his concentration. Discussion. We'll see about that. All right, Alejandro is coming to the plate. Oh, ground ball, shit balls. It's a double play. And yeah, you knew it. You knew that was coming. Alejandro Kirk heads into a double play, and the Jays can't do anything with their 2 hits. Great. All right, so now the 425 games are coming up. Tampa's up 3-0, 4 minutes left. Arizona scored against the Titans, and the Eagles lose to the Broncos, the freaking Broncos. Yikes. So that's 5-3 in the early games. So if I go splits these rest of the way, I'm 8-6. I'm above 500. The chances to get to double digits are almost slim to nil, being 4-1. So yeah, I have to go 4 out of. I have to go. No, not 4 out of 5. I have to go 5 out of 6 to get to double digits now. So yeah. So yeah, I think my streak of double digit weeks for Pick'em is going to end at 4. to start. I mean, I rarely start 5 straight weeks with double digits. I mean, yeah, you're thinking, well, double digits is so hard to get. I mean, like 10 and 6. Yeah, but you never know. Like, there could be like trap weeks and all that. So that's what happens and everything. So, yeah, we're doing halftime. So, yeah, the Jays had 2 looping hits, but could not concede. I know Shane Bieber is up for game 3. I forget who the Yankees are going to use for game 3. But you know how it is. The arm angle. Do we need to know about arm angle and all that? Does that make a difference? I mean, they're throwing overhand. So, yeah, this would be a lot less boring if I had nobody to talk to. Yeah, so that's the way it goes. Oh yeah, 5-3 in pick'em. If I go split season, above 500 for the 5th straight week. But like, the whole thing is that I want to get to double digits every week. But because there's 4 teams on bye, there's only 14 games, so the chances to get to 10 wins is slimmed down a bit. There's Giancarlo. Yep, got him fishing. Strike 2. So I think the Yankees are pretty much going to probably stop hitting those low balls and just look for something up. Nope, didn't bite. 1-2. So yeah, pretty hard pressed. Yesterday we started off with a pair of runs in the first 2 innings, and I was like, well, here we go. We're gonna rock it. Up, didn't get him to bite. 2-2. He only had 3 games started. Up a little too low. He's trying to get him to bite, but I don't think he's biting. You're gonna have to go at him or just close to him. Chisholm on deck. Up, got him to foul it off. Yeah, not a lot to distract myself with. I mean, other than NFL, I mean, NBA and NHL are in preseason. I mean, the NHL starts in 2 days. Like the regular season starts on Tuesday, and I know the New York Rangers play. Yes, got Stanton fishing again. That's strikeout number 4 for Isovich. Those pesky Yankees. I mean, I'm not taking anything for granted. Yes, the Jays won 10-1, but they did leave. What is his name? Blackburn in a little too long in the 8th. They just didn't want to burn their bullpen. Obviously, they said they might need the bullpen for what happened. Oh, that's an excuse me swing. But this will be the first out not recorded by K. So that's still left field. That's an excuse me swing on that one. But he made contact, so at least Chisholm didn't whiff. So yeah, got a lot of things to worry about. With me, I know I got to go to work tomorrow, and I'm only at work half a day because of the dentist and getting fillings on my other side of my mouth. Yeah, this side of the mouth. It's going to get the fillings redone. I got that side done. And I got to get the bottom done soon. McMahon, I would have went for it. So, yeah, Ryan McMahon coming up to the plate. Pitch. He went for it, strike 2. So it looks pretty impressive and all that for the Jays. I mean, I would love the Jays to be up 2-0 and then in the series so that, I could breathe a little easier come Tuesday. But, it'll still frighten me. All three. Oh, ball three, ball two. Two outs. Two's a plenty. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the inning number 2. There's no other twos. Well, it's game 2. McMahon to right field, right at took in the straw. So that was a 1-2-3 inning for Yasevich. The Savage, beautiful. Savage, you Savage. So not. I already did my Blue Jays stuff. Like, I'll give you the playlist and all that if you want to watch this. Well, there's 2 playlists. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. I know it's my own YouTube video, but I don't know if they would be. Okay, no, sorry. Okay, so, 1 sec here. Like, I know some of you will probably not watch this live, but like later on. So just share the Cutter top 10s and all that. Because there's a lot of topics like the sports. Like, if I look at my sheet of paper right here, so I have videos set on baseball, hockey, basketball, football, hockey, of course, the big 4, sumo, college football, college basketball, horse racing, golf, tennis, soccer, junior hockey, WWE, boxing, NASCAR, F1, IndyCar, and the CFL. So a lot of topics, a lot of videos, and, stuff and all that. I've done all I can with horse racing, golf, boxing, NASCAR, F1, Indy, sumo, and the CFL. So yeah, looking at my list, I got to do like the worst baseball, basketball, football, hockey teams, the best college football and basketball teams of all time, worst tennis chokes, worst soccer teams. Yeah, I got to do a lot. I got to do a lot more on my list and all that. But of course, that will be a little bit later on. So yeah, it's trade day. Yeah, say yes, a fadge. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Well, here's Farshow. Yeah, because Freed's a lefty. Yeah, I think Freed's a lefty. So I guess you got to go with the left-handed bats in the lineup, if you will. Or, yeah, left on left. And then here's Farshow. Strike 1, okay. Not too much there. Farshow 2 for 3 with a double in game 1. Alejandro Kirk had that great day, 2 home runs. Like the last game, Kirk was in the regular season finale. Up, down the line. This could be trouble. Farshow's going to hang on. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Judge fumbled the ball. Does he notice that? He does. And he's on third. I think it's a double and an E9. Big play. Now you got to run around third and no outs. That's big. Down the line, and Judge just fumbled the ball. I know it's NFL game day, but he fumbled the ball. Yep, nice hit. Clean hit. Clean. And then Judge went for it, and it just scoots by him as he was trying to cut the angle off. Here's Clement. That's high. That's deep. Let's get on. Say goodbye to that one. Oh, my darling. Clementine. 2-0. Okay, that'll be the sac fly, but it's a 2-run tater tot. And for the 4th time, the Blue Jays have a home run against the Yankees in this LDS. And off of Max Fried, I don't think that was pretty much a given, but man, Clement of all people, that was brutal. But that was Gyan on the first pitch. He took the first pitch and put it into left field. Here's IKF, or Isaiah Kiner falafel, but yeah. I kick fluffies. Probably like fluffy clouds or something. Strike to IKF. Beautiful job. Yeah, he doesn't really have much of an average, but the Jays picked him up from the waiver wire before the September 1st deadline. That means he was eligible for the postseason. Chopper! Damn it. Right at first base, right at Rice. 1 out. And now, well, yeah, that looked like a, that didn't look like a home run swing for Clement. It looked like something to left field, like a looping ball, and it did loop over the left field fence. Yeah, that swing did not look like a home run swing, but it got it. Wow. Boy, oh boy. Toronto up 2-0 for the 2nd straight day. Not a given, obviously, because, the Jays had to sweat through the Yankees scoring to make it 2-1, and then 8 runs in the 7th and 8th innings combined for the Jays to ice it. Here's the gem, Jimenez. Strike 2, he went after that pitch low in the zone, out of the zone, if you will. So he went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a double. Yeah, he had 2 RBI double, but the game was pretty much in doubt when that happened, though, too. Like, Blackburn was basically fed to the Wolves because they didn't want to go through the bullpen. Damn it. Foul tip into the glove. Strike 3, game goes on. Yeah, Clement, that did not look like a home run swing. It was just like an uppercut swing, but it managed to get over the left field stands. And yeah, big boy with the celebration in the white jersey. I think that was a flag shirt. Straw, whoa, that was a terrible swing. Right at left field. Bellinger doesn't have to move, but guess what? The Jays strike first, 2-zip on Ernie Clement's home run. All right. I'm just going to take a look at the football right now. Tampa leading 6-0 against Seattle. Should have went Seattle. Should have went Tampa. Detroit scored a touchdown against Cincy. They're up 7-0. Chargers are up 7-0. And the Cardinals look good against the Titans. I feel bad for Cam Ward, the former Miami quarterback who was drafted first overall by the Titans. I feel bad for him. I mean, the University of Miami last night just crushed FSU like there was no tomorrow. So, Miami won. Ohio State easily won. Number 2 was the number 2 team. I think, Oregon's number 2. They were on a bye. So, yeah, you got number 7. Well, yeah, Penn State get beaten by UCLA of all freaking teams. Because UCLA was 0-4, and they lost. And then they were supposed to lose to Penn State, but they beat Penn State. People, Embrace the Grid on YouTube said UCLA is going to go 0-12. And I'm like, yeah, right. But they won against Penn State of all teams. James Franklin's going to probably lose his job. Unless Penn State gets a college football playoff spot, like the 12-team playoff spot, he's done for. I don't think he'll come back. I mean, losing to Oregon is one thing, sure, but then you lose to UCLA. You see a pink slip. You see pink slip. More like So yeah, I'm 5-3 and all that. Yeah, I'm keeping my football thing close to me because the Jays are up 2-0 and I don't want to move anything. I know, I'm just that nuts. But yeah, like streaming up be like my streaming schedule will probably be a little bit awkward. I mean, once Bill comes back from Florida, he'll be wanting to hang out to do Blue Jay games, to do like stuff with me. So, I have to, by logic, go for the personal touch more so than the streaming touch and all that. But as of right now, he's not back from Florida. So I'm by myself. Like, no one invited me to any Blue Jay stuff, but that's okay. That's all right. I never asked. So, yeah, got that going. Yeah. Excuse me, eventful weekend for me in a sense because on Saturday, if you watched yesterday's stream, that's high on full pay. If you watched yesterday's stream, you know that there was a big 10-minute gap. It was not supposed to be a purposeful gap. It was supposed to be some kind of like I got a phone call from Aaron, my former warehouse manager at CT, like a Canadian Tire, and basically he said he dropped something off in front of my house. I'm like, he came in front of my house and he didn't want to stop by my house. And then all of a sudden I picked, well, of course I took the phone with me and then was talking to him and then I was running to my front door and then I was like fell off to two. I was like, what the fuck? And that there was Aaron and Cameron there, his girlfriend. They came over from Ganawake, for Canadian Tire because Aaron had to go see family for Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving is not tomorrow. Canadian Thanksgiving is next Monday. So I ain't gonna miss full pay whiffs. That's 5Ks for him. Oh man, the guy in the New York shirt behind Yusevich's father. Yeek. He's not enjoying it. Well, that was in the zone. That was not something down there. Yeah, I feel bad for that New York Yankee fan. And a lot of people said, well, Yankee fans just couldn't get tickets to the Blue Jay games because the Jays were restricting it. Well, not necessarily. I mean, there are a lot of Yankee fans within Canada. I mean, World's Worst Gamer is in Sarnia, like close to Michigan, close to St. Clair, Michigan, close to Port Huron, Michigan, and he's a Yankee fan. So there are Canadians that are Yankee fans. Oh, Wells just went after it and he got him. That's 6 Ks out of 8 outs for him. Wow. Yep. The inning's not over yet. He got 2 outs, man. Oh, he swung terribly. Yeah, I can't take anything for granted with the Blue Jays at Yankee Stadium. They weren't the greatest at Yankee Stadium and all that. So, I'm going to be a little nervous, though, too. Well, if the Jays do beat the Yankees, then I'm obligated to continue streaming every game because of the fact that, I might be streaming when the Jays win the series. Well, if they lose, God forbid, so I'm going to miss Grisham, then I'll probably take game 3 off because it's like, well, we'll see what the momentum is like. I'll just take that game off and then game 4 I'll stream again. Or maybe I'll stream game 3, but maybe the later innings. Strike. It was off his bat. Yeah, they got tablets. I'm like, yeah, electronic cheating. And they get ticked off of Houston using those cameras and the garbage cans and all that. But you're allowed tablets? But I guess everyone's allowed tablets and all that. He's going to step off it's either he stepped off or Grisham stepped off because if the disengagement, because if that happens again, then they have to do something. Pitch. Ooh, nope. Ball 2. So yeah, NFL makes me a little nervous and all that. My Pats are going to get slaughtered by the Bills tonight. I just know it. Oh. Like, holy smokes. In the zone, Grisham. Is he going to run his mouth? Uh, that was perfectly placed. He strikes out the side. 7 of the 9 outs the Yankees have come via the whiff. So that's just brutal. Like, this guy, like, it's like the Yankees starter, that Chase guy in game 3 of the LDS. I mean, in the wild card series against Boston. Like, nobody expected him to do anything, but, like, you know, did it. Yeah, I feel like, yeah. Yeah, those Rogers commercials, the dad who's like South Asian, like Filipino or maybe Oriental, but yeah, like he's giving me vibes because my general manager and a lot of my camaraderies are from the Philippines and all that. They have a tight group. Tampa is winning 6-0, but it's still 6-0. Arizona looking good, Chargers winning, and Lions winning. So 3 out of 4 ain't bad, as the old saying goes. So that would put me at 8-4 in a sense, and means I will be above 500, guaranteed. But getting to 10 will not be the easiest part. But anything can happen. So yeah, my mind. I should have just went for Tampa. I should have went for it and said Tampa over Seattle. But I'm like, Seattle's got the momentum. I mean, their baseball team is looking pretty good, and Seattle is in the ALDS. They're down 1-0. Detroit beat Seattle, and I didn't think that was possible. I was like, how the heck did that happen? But yeah, Detroit. If everything goes according to plan, it's Toronto Detroit. I mean, that's a big rivalry, just as big as Toronto and Yankees. Toronto Detroit would be more of a geographical rivalry, of course, because how close it was. So yeah, the fans are getting boisterous. Some of them are wearing Buffalo Bills hats because the Buffalo Bills even are praising the Blue Jays in tweets and all that. And they're in New York State, and the Yankees, the cute girl, and they make the Minnie Mouse top and all that. But yeah. So the Jays are up in the bottom of the third, and Springer leads off. So we go back to the top of the order for us. Alrighty. So yep, this is just the Fried is still on the bump. I mean, it's only 2-0, so I can't take anything for granted because what happened yesterday, it was a close game. So we'll see what Fried does against Springer. Springer, first pitch. Yeah, I guess he caught it. When the ball is like low to the ground, it looks like it's off the ground, but Chisholm would have thrown the first. I don't know. Maybe you should be taking those pitches. I think the Blue Jays should be taking at least the first pitch and then take the second, then the next one to see what Fried is all about. I mean, he's a strikeout artist. Well, here's Schneider, who had a single last time. And that's a ball in the dirt. They'll have to replace it. Yep, a little dinky single, and then Flatty had the infield single, and then Kirk just had to put a double play ball in. Jeff, good evening. Well, good evening to you too, Silch. Silch 101, thanks for joining me. You missed yesterday's baseball stream, but today you're here for game 2, and that's very nice to see. Silch has done, I would say subterfuge, but that's not the game's name. I'll have to go back in my streams thing, like for him, because I know he did a game. It's like Jeff, you need to, remember this guy and like what he has uploaded. Oh, Subnautica below 0. Dude is really big about this. I'll give you the playlist. Well, he's got a playlist, so I will put the playlist up. Yeah, Subnautica. I don't have a fantastic memory. You don't owe me nothing, brah. Yeah. So, like, there will be people who will probably be watching this, like a replay and all that. But that's just his playthrough of Subnautica and all that. I mean, it looks okay. Like, I can't get into those type of games and all that because my coordination is not the best. But I mean, dude streams for like 4 or 5 hours. He has to have the energy to do 5 hour streams the night before work and then come to work and work his tail off on massive trucks and all that at CT. He's one of my coworkers. But yeah, he does all that. He's high up. Oh, Guerrero's got a single. Are we going to third? Oh, Schneider safe. Yes. First and third. Vladdy with another single. Now let's see if Alejandro can do something about this time. But yeah, and then he does those trucks and all that. I know I'm about to get blasted by Silch tomorrow because, on Friday they had to, what's the score? 2-0 Jays. It's first and third. I guess he's not watching the game and all that. Like, I'm trying to make sure that YouTube doesn't get a hissy fit and punishes me by me, like, having the game audio in my stream and all that. They get very ticked off. Strike on that one, you might as well take it. Kirk's on the plate, first and third, and 1 out. So, like, yeah, I wish I could have said you can watch it on Fox, like Channel 28, Silch, but that's wrong because Fox has football. So it's on 22. That's Sportsnet. Ball 1 low outside. I think, did they say City TV has it? I don't know. I know City TV had the Fox feed yesterday, like Channel 7, but I don't know if they have the feed today. Well, today too, but yeah, it's Blue Jays 2-0, one pitch to Kirk. Doesn't take. So anyway, yeah, we have all the fancy sports channels. I just don't watch usually. Well, that's your preference and all that. It's not really like fancy schmancy. I mean, Sportsnet's just the basic sports network, like TSN, in a way. Like sport. I swung at that one. Why did you swing at that one? That was too low. Sorry. You know how fanatical I can get. Like, that was a terrible pitch. If he had waited it, that was ball 3, and maybe he walks, bases loaded. So, yeah, I know. Anyway, so 2-2, 1 out. If Kirk can just fly one to the outfield, that'll be a sacrifice fly, and we're up 3 and all that. Pitch. Chopper. That's definitely not going to be a double play. They'll have to make one play, and that's the first. So that's an RBI ground out for Kirk. That is an RBI. Thank goodness for that. And the Jays have gone up 3-0, and the runner moves to second. So the double play would have stopped the inning, but because it's just 1 out, the Blue Jays score. That one counts. It's 3-0. So Blue Jays picking up where they left off yesterday. Jays had a 2-0 lead till the 6th, and then the Yankees scored. And then in the bottom of the 7th, the Yankees put 4. The Jays put 4 on the board, and so too they in the 8th inning, 4 runs in the 8th to win 10-1. And the Blue Jays are now up 3-0 after Jays are killing it. Yep, but anything can happen in baseball. Varsho with an RBI out of a double in the 2nd. Let's see what he does. Varsho down the line. That's going to be fair. Ryan's going to score. It's 4 for the Jays. And yet again, Varsho puts up a double. What a play. Just fair down the right field line. And it's 4 for the Jays. And Clement, the boy who made it 2-0, is going to come through. Well, the Yankees don't have the bullpen working. So, well, they don't have anyone in the bullpen. So, man, oh, man, oh, man. Up. That's the pitching coach, obviously, because Lovin was warming up in the pen. Nice swing by Varsho. Just fair. Just past the bag, fair. and perfectly put in the right field corner. So Farshow's got a double. It's 4-0 for the Blue Jays here in the third. This is amazing. This is pretty darn good. But I know the Jays blew a 7-run game lead one time in 2022, so I can't get too complacent. Well, are the Yankees putting the bullpen up? Probably not. They probably will soon. Here's Clement. He swung, but that's foul. That's okay. If you can get your bat on the ball and foul it off, that'd be good. 2-run home run, his third RBI of the campaign of the LDS. Jays have to win 3 out of 5, or the Yankees for that matter. First to 3 out of 5 wins the series, and that will mean a trip to the LCS. If the Blue Jays win this series, then they host the League Championship Series, or kind of like the American, or like a Final Four. Yeah, like the Blue Jays would be hosting the next series no matter what because of the 1 seed. And this would be the first time in 33 years. 1992 was the last time. Why did he swing on that one? That was way too high, boss. You know how fanatical I can get. So yeah, it is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Blue Jays up 4-0, bottom third. Yeah, I just don't want YouTube and MLB to have it. What we sipping on? Floater, that's a base hit. They're going to go for it. Throw to the plate. Walk the line. And Clement does it again. I think that's a double or a single and an advancement to second. So it's 5 for the Blue Jays. What we sipping on? Well, what we had at work. Green Monster Energy Ultra Paradise. I took the last 2 monsters that were in the monster fridge. Zilch. Oh yeah, the go-go juice. Well, I'm a Monster Mango Loco guy, but because when I went shopping Wednesday after work at Canadian Tire, those were the only 2 things in the only 2 monsters at the time were the Monster green juice. So I grabbed both of them, of course. I tried to get Ultra Paradise today at Sobeys, but they didn't have it. So I met with Mango Loco. Fly ball to center. Christian Mets got it, but that doesn't matter. The Jays put up 3 in the third. It's now 5-0 after 3. So the Jays are looking pretty good, but it's not for sure. Remember, anything can happen. But the Jays are looking pretty solid, up 5-0 after 3. Take a look at the football scores and all that. Tampa still up 6-0. Arizona in the red zone on Tennessee. That's good. Chargers are winning 10-0, and the Lions are winning 7-0. So right now, 3 out of 4, which would be pretty good. That gets me to 8-4 in football, and that will put me above 500 for the 5th consecutive week. So yeah, Subnautica, like I said, 4 or 5 hour streams and all that, like playing the game and all that. It's hard. It's hard for me, honestly, to play like games for one specific game for like 2-3 hours at one time. Like I normally would have to take a break in between and all that. So when I do my taping of my PC games, like, for baseball, basketball, football, hockey, golf, whatever, like I do like that. And then I have to take a 1 hour break in between so that I can rest my voice, rest my mind, and then just go to the next one. I still have to do baseball taping, like out of the park baseball taping today because I didn't even do it. I was actually out doing yard work at like 2:00. So I normally would have done like the baseball like at 2:00 and then just all that. But because, I had to go get my work groceries for work and all that. And I usually do like 4:30, but on a Sunday, but because, the Blue Jays are playing, I had to change my schedule up. I had to change things up. So yeah, that's not so easy to do and all that. So yeah, I still have to do that and upload it by 10:00 tonight and all that. But like, it doesn't really matter. So we passed the 1 hour mark. I hit 3.5 hours yesterday because the game went past 3 hours. Yeah, the game starts at 8 on Sportsnet. So yeah, watching that, and then gotta keep my eyes on Patriots Bills for Sunday Night Football. Although part of me says that I shouldn't really watch it. I should really watch baseball. Yeah, it's a network, YouTube, and day job. But it also depends, like, how deep you go into your YouTube things and all that. Like, all that. Because I know, Silch, like, you work like longer, work longer shifts than I do. I mean, you're a 7 to 4 guy. I'm 8 to 2:30. So, like, that gives, so, like, I have the benefit of the doubt working less hours and then getting home by like 3:30. And you get yourself home by 4:30. Well, and all that, and then at night you do the 4 or 5 hour streams and all that, and I'm just basically trying to do other stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, like I said, you have a higher impact job than I do, in a sense, but it just depends on how deep you want to go with your YouTube and all that. Like, I don't have the supercomputer or the super layouts and all that. That's the problem with it, is that financially, I don't have the best financial situation around. And, like, I'm speaking to, like, everyone out there who's going to probably be watching this on replay and all that. But, like, if I had unlimited funds, I would be basically trying to be the same as all those YouTubers and all that, have better cameras, better, like, overlays, all that stuff, so that I can feature myself better. But you got to go with what resources you can afford and all that, and you don't want to, like, you want to make sure that you have enough to survive in the thriving world of economics, because Ontario's got a lot, like, it's not easy to rent in, you would be in the Bahamas. He. Well, yeah, if that's what you want, that's what you get. Like, everyone's dreams are different and all that. So Judge is 3-2, the powerful Aaron Judge. Got him. Oh, you got him high and tight. And another whiff. Holy smokes. This guy is striking out Aaron freaking Judge on like almost every time. Aaron Judge, I don't think he's known for his strikeouts as much. A lot of sluggers strike out a lot. It's basically home run or bust. But yeah, he went right high up on Judge, and he got the strike. Here's Bellinger. Why, but one? Yeah, Judge is stinging. He's stinging. But anything can happen still, as I say. Everything happens for a reason. So, yeah. Pitch. Way off, 2-0. So, yeah, it's 5 o'clock Eastern time. We're the top of the fourth in this game. Blue Jays 5, Yankees 0. Broadcasting the whole game. And, of course, I have to iterate that YouTube will get ticked off and Major League Baseball will get ticked off if I have the game audio on while I stream and all that. I would love to. But, I've seen some of my YouTube friends be taken off for like a week or two. And, I do series, like, it depends. I have to do videos every day and all that, like out of the park baseball and golf at the end of the week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all that. That has to be like almost every day, literally, for the series to thrive and all that, because I do it in real time, if you will. All right, 3-1. You got Bellinger. Does he pop up? Foul. Okay. 3-2. There'll be a payoff pitch coming up. He hasn't done badly and all that. Ye Savage. What a name. Ye Savage. It's something the kids would say nowadays. Ye Savage. Or something, or like 20s and 30s guys would say. 3-2. Oh, did he strike out? Yep, he struck out. They have to throw the first to complete the out, which they do. So that's 9 whiffs. This is amazing. It's like Holy smokes, this guy has been on fire. Yeah, he swung and missed. And, you know, he didn't catch it cleanly. He had to throw the first. So, yeah. I mean, like, that's just amazing. That's a franchise postseason record. 9 strikeouts. That's the record? That can't be right. I thought a Blue Jay pitcher had at least 10 one game. I thought one Guzman had double digits one time at the very least. Wow. And he's done that in the first 4 innings. Like, I didn't see that coming. Nobody saw it coming. Strike 2 down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see if he can do it again. Nope. A little 2 in, 2-2. That's okay. That's okay. 5-0 Blue Jays. So, yeah. Let's see if he can get Rice out of there. All that. Yeah, he strikes out the side. That's 10 strikeouts. Of the 12 Yankee outs, Yasevich has 10 strikeouts. Unreal. 10 of the 12 outs have come 5 strikeouts. This has to be a dream. This is a dream. If this is a dream that I like, don't wake me up. Oh, Tampa just scored a touchdown. Damn, I should have convinced myself to switch to Tampa for that pick. Arizona's crushing it. That's good. Detroit's winning and the Chargers are winning. That's good. As I said, the old 3 out of 4 adage isn't that bad. And all that. So, yeah. So welcome the second person in my who is watching, like Silch is watching. I think he's still watching, I hope. And then there's another person coming and all that. Now, of course, you know that I did put the subscribers chat in for 5. Like, if you're a subscriber, you can chat, but you have to be like subscribed for at least 5 minutes and all that to chat, because I just don't want someone like coming in and, you know, bombarding me and all that. I'm here cooking dinner. Well, at least you can cook. I can't cook for squat. I can't cook at all. Like, I can cook TV dinners. I can cook stuff in the oven and all that, but I can't be like super impressive and all that, like mixing ingredients and all that. You know, it takes preparation. It takes time. It takes patience, which, you know, historically, I'm not that much of a patient person, to be honest with you. If you know me, you know how impatient I can be at times, even at work. Yeah. So yeah, everything looks okay. Unfortunately, I don't have World's Worst Gamer. I don't have a feed dub or Cleve Baseball Fan. I'm surprised, but they're probably busy doing stuff too. So, like, you know, historically has no patience. Damn right. You know me. You freaking know me, Silch. You know how impatient I can get. It's not a good character trait, I know. Yes, he's savage. Yeah, he's savage. Man, I was actually nervous. I was like, oh man, his first playoff start, and dude has only had 3 starts in the major leagues. I thought, oh man, that's brutal. But I mean, the second time in the order, I think that the Yankees would have been, well, they're keeping Fried in the match. I'm actually surprised, in a sense. Do they have the bullpen up? Let me through with this damn cardboard bit. Yep, I've done that. I have that. Yep. I don't disagree. Oh, I wonder if the Yankees have the bullpen up. They're not showing me. The Yankees don't have any pitchers pitching right now in the bullpen. Wide ball two. Thank goodness we didn't swing on that one. Sad Yankee fans and all that. Well, at least I'm hoping the Blue Jay fans around that father and son are not harassing them, because that's not Canadian behavior. 2-1. Oh, foul. Just foul. Eek. Yeah, I know that, like I was saying a few innings ago, I mean, the Yankee fans coming to the Blue Jays. Well, Blue Jays allegedly, some people have said that 5 hours driving to see Trey and the F Cats. The Five Cats? Yeah, 5 hours. That's pretty impressive. Love the sign. 2-2. Chopper to third. McMahon will have to make a good throw. No. Safe. He just beat the throw to first base. Well, that was a tough throw by McMahon to make in the first place and all that. I mean, that wasn't a bad throw. I mean, he could have easily thrown it away. Doing the Jeter throw, step throw. Nope, he's definitely safe. But at least it wasn't an error. That would have killed them, in a sense. So you have 5-0 for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the fourth. The Yankees, I'm surprised they don't have anyone throwing in the bullpen. I would at least have somebody throwing. But you never know. Here's Miles Straw. He flew out in the second. Oh, he's going to bunt or attempt to bunt. But he meant, ball one. I thought he bunted through the zone, which would have meant a strike. But no, because not. All right. That's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. 5-0 Blue Jays. He's going to try again. Nope. Ball two. If I were Fried, I would allow Straw to bunt and then get the out maybe at second base or first base. But whatever. He's going to bunt. Nice ball toward Shaw. Foul. Foul, 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 foul. It did not get touched by the catcher, and it did not go past first base. So that means that if it rolls foul, it's a foul ball. So that's a strike. 2-1. Yeah, I'm a little nervous right now here. I'm still nervous, even though that we're up 5-0, because I've seen chokery for the Blue Jays. 3 years ago against Seattle, when we should have beaten Seattle and had a chance to win that wild card series. Granted, I think Houston would have taken us out in 2022. But at least the Jays won a playoff game for the first time in 9 years. Like, can you imagine 9 years since the Blue Jays won a playoff game, much less a series? But yeah, that's a long time coming. 2-1 on the way. He's still gonna bunt. 3 balls, 1 strike. I wouldn't bunt. I would just wait. I would take the next pitch and then see what happens. Lonely man. Oh yeah, Jasevich. He's got to rest his arm and all that, because he's been doing quite well and all that. Oh, that's a strike in the zone anyhow. 3-2. Yeah, if I'm Straw, I swing or I don't swing. Like, I don't bunt, because if you bunt foul, third strike, that's strike 3, you're out. If you hit a foul ball out, like you don't bunt a foul ball, but you swing and hit a foul out, you still have a chance. Outside, he knew that was coming. Buffer. So Fried with the walk. So the great job by Straw working that walk. And here comes Springer, our leadoff guy. Once again, they're going to go with the pitching coach, because that's definitely not Boone, because it's like, well, they didn't show anyone in the bullpen for the Yankees. Oh, they're yanking them. Oh, there was someone warming up. So Max Fried is toast after 3 innings of play. I mean, he tried and all that. That's not half bad by him and all that. I'm actually surprised he only lasted 3+ innings. So now the Yankees bullpen, which wasn't really good yesterday, the Jays have got into the bullpen. And like I said to a few people at church today, I said the Blue Jays, all that. So I just got to take a picture because, like, um, yeah, I think I'll just take that picture. I'm just taking a picture with my phone of the TV screen because I paused it, but the Rogers commercial, like, if you watch the Rogers commercial and all that with the dancing mother and father, like the father looks, South Asian, the Filipino. He looks Selch like he looks like John, our GM. He's giving me John vibes and all that. Our general manager, because John doesn't have any hair up there, and like, you know, he seems like a cool guy and all that. You know, yeah, yeah. If you see those commercials, I don't know. I think those commercials are on TV and all that. The Rogers commercials with the the mom that's black, and the father who it looks like Filipino, looks like John. Like, yeah, it's giving me John vibes and all that. So anyway, yeah. So Max Fried has been yanked after 3+ innings because there were no outs in the fourth. So yeah, the camera angles at the 500 level makes me a little dizzy. As you should know, I really have a fear of heights and all that, and I'm a little nervous. So Will Warren is coming to the plate. He did not have the not the like the mound. So Will Warren coming in. That's a nice name, number 98 in your programs and all that. A lot of people are like 98. That's a high number for a baseball player. Well, given how the Yankees have retired the most numbers in baseball, like 20 of them, you knew that you're going to get like these prospects. Well, a strike to Springer. First and second. Springer has been terrible the first two games. I don't like heights as well. Yeah, that's kind of ironic because you're like 6'3" and I'm 5'11", and we hate heights. All that. 0-1. Yep, you didn't go. 0-1. Yeah, the last Blue Jays game I went to 2 years ago against the Angels, part of my church group, my men's church group. We were in the 500s and all that, and of course, it's like, well, my height, fear of heights. But then I'm like, I looked around. There were a lot of safety features, and I'm like, well, that makes me a little more calm and all that. Yeah, that was the game in which Anthony Rendon got hit by an Alek Manoah pitch, and the stadium fell silent and all that. You know, Manoah was for the Blue Jays and all that. That wrecked his confidence because I don't know. Then Manoah, I can't remember if Manoah pitched for the Jays. Yeah, Manoah kept pitching for the Jays, but he was just a shell of himself. Me thinks that maybe mentally he couldn't get out the Anthony Rendon thing out there. Singer for your birthday. Well, let's see, lady, if he'll do that. He's going to let that one go. Ball 4. So that's a walk. Bases loaded, no outs for Schneider. Oh, boy. This would be big. Like, if the Jays can just hang on, then, we'll see what Schneider can do. Just lift one to the outfield, get a sac fly. It's just as good because a run will come in the score to make it 6. Pitch. Wide. So, yeah, 5-0 Blue Jays in the bottom of the fourth. Trey Yesavich has 10 strikeouts in 12 batters. That's got to be like a postseason mark because I don't think even Bob Gibson did that. Well, he should have swung at that one. 96 in the 7-strike one. But yeah, 10 strikeouts in 12 at bat, like 12 bats. Or 12 Yankee at bats. Like the 12 outs for the Yankees. The Blue Jays, he's with 10 of them. That's pretty impressive. Oh, he should have went. Should have went. If it's in the zone, just hit it to the outfield. Get the RBI. So, like, yeah, I know. I'm a little bit crotchety and all that. But, like, that's the way baseball goes. Ah, frig, why didn't you swing? Ah, terrible. Just one. He probably thought he was going to hit it in a ground ball, and probably the lead runner would have had to come in, be thrown out, but whatever. So now Flatty's up at the plate. Good old number 27. Let's see what he can do here. See what he can do. Ball one. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. If you hit a sac fly, you're not like out. It doesn't count as an at bat. It'll count as an RBI, but it won't count as an at bat. Ball two. Okay then. Feel bad for Schneider. He should have at least tried to swing. But if you hit it in the ground, you hit it in the infield, that's a double play, and they're going to go home with the out. So that's what you do. Up and go. Yay, Cleveland baseball fan. He had 7 through 4 innings. Wow. Only 7. Yeah, I know, because 17 in the World Series. I keep thinking it's 18, or 16, but no, it's 17. Cleveland baseball fan, thanks for joining me. And the stream and all that. 2-1. Oh my God, he killed it! Oh boy! Say goodbye. One. Plan cover. Grand Salame. Poof. This guy is good. That's why we gave him the 13-year bag. We gave him the bag. He's given us the results. Yes, as the late Dave Niehaus of the Mariners would say, break out the rye bread and the mustard grandma. It's a grand salami. 9-0 for the Blue Jays. Wow. Well, I guess maybe it was destiny that Schneider struck out and then Flatty went deep. Holy bleep. Holy shit. 9-0. I didn't expect this. I expected the Blue Jays, this game to be close. It was much closer yesterday in game 1. But man, 9-0. Wow. Ball 2. I'll keep it lurking. Have a good night. Enjoy the game. See you at work tomorrow. Yep, my coworker is just about to leave. Kirk swings. Why? I know I shouldn't be. I would be like, why did you think of that? That's wide. Wow. Oh, and he kept the bat still for 2 seconds. Holy crap. Yeah, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. has just been killing the ball. The only problem is, of course, you know what Game 3 and 4 is at. It's at Yankee Stadium, and the Blue Jays have done decently at Yankee Stadium. But, the whole thing, blowouts in the NFL early games. Yeah. I got victimized twice in the early games, Cleveland baseball fan, but not by blowout. Denver eked out against Philly, and stupid Giants. I thought that Jackson Dart was going to be throwing darts against the Saints, who were freaking winless. I should have went with my gut and went with the Saints. Kirk, ground ball, base hit. I didn't think that would be a base hit, but it's a hit. A hit's a hit for the Blue Jays. Yeah, I think I got it. You just got kirked. Yeah, Colts against the Raiders. That was easy to see. Minnesota nipped Cleveland. Dallas crushed the Jets. I figured that. Carolina sneaked past Miami, and Houston beat Baltimore. That was a blowout only because Baltimore didn't have Lamar Jackson. It seems like without Lamar Jackson, there was no freaking way the the Ravens were going to win, even if Derrick Henry ran for 300 yards. Yeah, the Ravens only look bad because Lamar is hurt and all that. Maybe Vegas knew what they were talking about. Well, yeah, I guess because they play in a dome and the Giants don't play in a dome. And all that. Maybe that's kind of why. Defensive players injured as well. Yeah, I think you're right because I remember one of my fantasy leagues, one of my Yahoo leagues. Their linebacker in Baltimore got injured, so I had to replace him in the lineup. Man, I just can't believe it. Like, how often do you see a Blue Jays grand slam in the postseason? But it's like 9-0. Like, I didn't expect that. Here's Farshow. Swing and a falla. Unda. So, yeah, everything is just coming up roses for the Blue Jays right now. Like, I have to keep realistic because the Yankees are going to be probably like lurking to try to get the Blue Jays off our game and all that. But man, unreal. Now the big question is, will the Titans win a game this season? The next game is against Vegas. I don't know. Maybe it might be Vegas. Will the Titans win a game this season? Well, yeah, but like Vegas isn't really a great team and all that, but maybe they'll take down Vegas. Farshow hits it. Oh my gosh, did he do it again? You bet. Say goodbye. That one. Farshing through the snow in a wide open baseball cage, laughing at the Yankees. What is going on? Now it's 11-0. This is getting ridiculous. Oh, what the heck is with the Yankees bullpen? They really are blowing it up. Oh, Blue Jays up to 11-0. That is just not right. Flashbacks of 1985. Rosie Cardinals Game 7 is up for grabs. Hey. Well, then, I didn't expect that. That's the first home run to right field. Clement. It's going to be caught by Bellinger. Yeah, I don't know if he should go after the first pitch, but, poor Warren. He gave up the grand slam to Floody. Now he's giving up a 2-run home run to Farshow. Farshow is a pretty good hitter, but he was, injured, 2-3 times on the IL. If it wasn't for those stints on the IL, he definitely would have been a 35 home run man. But man, in his limited time, I don't know how many games Dalton Farshow played this year. And all that. Let's see. Yeah, 20 home runs, 55 RBIs. But the question on my mind is, how many games did he play in? Yeah, Dalton Farshow only played in 71 games this year and had 20 home runs. Can you imagine? He had 20 home runs in 71 games. IKF will ground out. That's the end of the inning. Finally, and now Yosevich has to go back on the mound. And, sometimes the pitchers, it's hard because, you've had so many, innings that you have time that you have to sit on the bench. So, yeah, 71 games with the Blue Jays with 20 home runs. Ever since he came to the Blue Jays, this was his third full season coming to the Jays in the trade from Arizona for Moreno, among others. And Gurriel, he's hit 20, 18, 20. He's almost got 20 home run seasons in 3 years as a Blue Jay. And, dude, 20 home runs in 71 games. You'd put that in 140 games. You double that. That's 40 home runs. That's just ridiculous. Halftime, Tampa leads Seattle 13-7, which is decent. Cardinals are crushing Tennessee right now. Detroit up 14-0 on Cincy, and the Chargers up on Washington. So my picks would be 3 out of 4, with the Seahawks pick being the only one I would miss. The first? Was that the first? I could have sworn there was at least one other grand slam in Blue Jays postseason history, even in 92 or 93, I think. I guess not. Because I know we've had plenty of 3-run home runs. I know Bautista's bomb was a 3-run shot. Yeah, I thought we had a grand slam in the postseason. like Sportsnet would have had like a graphic saying that, I'm going off the Sportsnet, not like Fox/FS1 Cleveland baseball fan. Like I'm just going off the local thing. But yeah, it didn't have a stat saying, hey, you know what? The Jays have never hit a postseason grand slam. Wow. Just wow. I mean, as of right now, the Blue Jays, if the score stays 11-0, just wanted to look it up. Like, anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to type in the chat. Like, because maybe Baseball Reference said something. But here's Trey. 10 strikeouts, 1 walk through 4 innings of play. So, maybe it is a bad thing that, he's had to wait so many innings. Well, the Jays put up 6 that inning. The Jays have put up 5 innings out of the 12 offensive innings. 5 of them have been multiple run innings. The first and second innings of game 1, they also scored, but those were just singlets. Here's Stanton. Oh, yeah, 11-0. I can't recall the Blue Jays winning a playoff game by more than 11 runs. I don't remember. Like, I know we only won by 9 yesterday. Was that the largest Blue Jays win in a postseason game? I don't know. No, wait. I think one game in Texas, the Blue Jays crushed Texas by like double digits. Stanton down the line. Nice job by Clement. The first. And a tag by Flatty. That was not on purpose. That Flatty came off the bag to tag him. Had to tag him. It was just the throw was just off. They probably Yankees might take things off. But like the Jays in New York, like are not perfect and all that. So that does worry me going to Yankee Stadium. But I mean, a split at Yankee Stadium will work for the Blue Jays and all that. As long as this scoreline holds for the Jays winning, then, a split in New York, it's not so half bad. Like, it just, how will the Yankees bounce back? Chisholm. Oh, nuts. Right through Guerrero. Looks like a base hit. Well, yeah, I think that's a hit. Could be an error, too. Is it going to be scored a hit or an error and all that? Yeah, kicked off Flatty. I think that's an E3. Yeah, because he would have had it. Yeah, he would have had it. Yeah, I think he would have had it. I think they're going to call it an error. Foul there. Yeah, I would call it an error because Flatty was in front of the ball, and then the second baseman was backing it up too. So, like, I think it definitely would have been an error. But we'll see what happens with the scoring and all that. Yeah, Sportsnet's not, well, obviously I have to put it on mute or close to mute because, YouTube is going to get talky. And McMahon, oh, that's a strike. I didn't think that was a strike, to be honest with you. But he just caught the line. McMahon is at the plate. Donut 2. And all that. Ball 1. Didn't go after it. McMahon didn't go fishing for that. So, yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So, yeah. A lot of things and all that. Yeah. Foul. So, yeah. Blue Jays 11-0. Yeah. I think the Jays did beat Texas by double digits. 1 game in the LDS, like 2015 LDS, 2016 LDS. Because I can't recall blowout or getting to double digits in the first place. I don't think they did that in the ALCS in 85. Popped it up. Oh, it's in play. It's in play. It's in play. Yes, sir. That's 2 down. Nice job by Clement to watch that one. Yeah, so let's see here. Oh, in single postseason history. So yeah, cool. They give us the stuff and all that. So one thing says tied franchise record 10-1. Oh, okay, here we go. So CanadianSportsScene.com did an article today that said that the Jays tied the franchise record for biggest win in a playoff game 10-1. Volpe's on an 0-2 pitch. Nope, just a little wide. So anyway, yeah. 10-1. Yeah, the Jays beat the Rangers 10-1. I knew they hit double digits. I knew they blew out the Rangers one game. 10-1 in game one. All right. So that's great. Pitch. Got him swinging. Got him fishing. And that's 11 for Mr. E. Savage. 11 runs, 11 strikeouts. Such a thing for Trey and all that. Guy's not letting anything get in his way today, and the shadows have moved. Nope. They did give Vladdy an E3 on that one, so yeah. Yeah, McKinnon. Oh, Detroit Seattle went to extra innings yesterday. Okay, the game starts at 8. I thought it would have been like 8:30 or something like that. But yeah, Detroit won the game. Wow. Those guys are scary good. Like, I know they choked the division, but, being number 6 in the world, like, the worst possible seed. Oh, and Tarek is going on the mound tonight. Tarek Screwball. So, yeah, that's a big strikeout pitcher. But so was Max Fried, and the Jays lit him up like a Christmas tree today. So nothing is for certain anymore. So, yeah, I got to eat something because I am a little starving. Got the pork riblets. Put it out. Yeah, I have the riblets. Up Seattle is in the red zone early in the third quarter. They're at the 5-yard line for Tampa. Cardinals are crushing it. Detroit's up by a few touchdowns. Chargers and Washington, they're just keeping it real. Yeah, that's a point of contention. It's like, yeah, there'd be no days of no baseball. Yeah, but but you're used to it. The first 2 games of the League Division Series is, 1 and 2, and then you have the travel day, then 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then travel day 5. I mean, like, traditionally, with the League Division Series, is like you have one league, the AL or NLDS, go 1-2, start the AL or NLDS games 1 and 2, and then you game 1, and then game 2 the next day of the LDS. Up the middle, that he had it. It's not a bad way to go. Yeah, it's a little frustrating though, because you're used to it. Like, you could start the AL or NLDS one day, and then you just do those 2 games, and then you add the other LDS game 1s there, and then like on Monday, like you start the ALDS yesterday, 1 and 2, get the 2 ALDSs, and then you start the NLDS game 1s today. I mean, ALDS would have the travel day tomorrow, but the NLDS would play game 2 as is. Like, you can do that. The old traditional way is like every day you can have a game of baseball. Stroud will off. Yeah. Boone, to be honest with you, is maybe giving up because Warren should be taken out of the game. Honestly, I would take Warren out of the game for the 5th inning because he did give up a pair of home runs last inning. So, like, yeah, you got to have more people in your bullpen. Man, the Jays fans are so bored. They're doing the freaking wave in the 5th inning and all that. Yeah. So, yeah, the Jays, when they won 10-1, that tied the postseason record of winning by 9 runs as they did against Texas in Game 1 in 2016. Well, I knew that because I remember watching that game off and on because I had a tradition that I tried not to watch the game because I would think, jinxing the Jays and all that. I'm kind of weird, but, I'm watching the game now. It's 11-0. Obviously, I'm reacting to it. 2-2. Aye! He strikes out. So it's 2 out. I wonder if the Jays have ran out of gas offensively. Well, he's stretching in the dugout, Savage. He has to, in a sense. Because, you got 5 innings. I wonder what the plan would have been like if the game was closer. Here's Springer. Springer to center. It's in the seats. It just snuck into the seats. That's a way to break out of your 0-4. Oh, yeah, that woman with the Springer dinger for your birthday. You got it. Say goodbye. 1. Georgie, boom. And then in the voice of Jerry, as a Jerry Springer. Georgie. Hey there, Georgie boy. Hit a home run for that woman's birthday. Now she's a happy girl, and she gets to be on TV. Wake up, Georgie boy. I guess I could have done that as my taunt. But man, oh man, it's now 12-0. Yeah, you got to. It's nice to have the home run jacket, but you'll have to take it off before getting onto the. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's right. Springer's the DH, so he doesn't have to take that jacket off because he's not going out in the field. Yeah, as a DH, if you go out in the field, that means the pitcher spot takes over for DH. Wow, 12-0. Amazing. That's plus 21. I honestly can't remember a time in it. Has there been any series that as of right now, if the score line stands the same, it would be a plus 21. I don't know if that's ever been done in a Major League Series for the first 2 games of a series, any series at all. I know darn well that the Braves crushed the Yankees in the 96 World Series in Game 1 and then in Game 2, but I think that wasn't too far. Popped up. Seats. Phew. I think that was off the top of their dugout. And Briel is pitching in the bullpen. Don't yank Trey. You're not going to yank Trey. I mean, okay, fine, but the dude is delivering and all that. And he's doing quite well, too. I mean, you want to at least give him something to think about. But I think that's just in case, maybe if Trey just, was it 1-2? Didn't go 2-2. I think personally that, if it was a close game, then maybe Yesavich probably would have lasted 5 innings and then they just go to the bullpen because, it is his first postseason start in history. And he's only had 3 starts with the Jays in the regular season. 2-2. No. He almost had the pitch. 3-2. Game 3 of the ALDS, Cleveland was up 17-2. Yeah, I know you didn't hear early in my stream, Tim, or Cleveland baseball fan, I should say, but you didn't hear that, Seattle is having logistic issues because the football. Oh, why did you swing at that, Schneider? Oh, well, the Jays scored a run. It's 12 now. That's all right. Springer went deep. Like nobody moved on that. The outfielders didn't move. I was like, did they think it's just going to be a double? No, it's a home run by Springer. 12-6. Yeah, 17-2. Yeah, but that's game 3. I'm just asking like game 1 and a game 2. Oh, why did I shut that off? I don't know why I closed the whole NFL game scores thing. Okay, so Seattle just took the lead on Tampa. Arizona looking good at halftime. Detroit looking good probably at halftime. Washington and Chargers are fighting it out. The Chargers. Good old Chargers. Yeah, games 1 and 2. So, yeah, that's a plus 21 run differential in the first 2 games. I don't think that's ever been done before. There's got to be some history in that. If the scoreline holds, obviously. 23-7 in game 4. That's right. I remember that. It was like 23-7. I was trying to get highlights on YouTube of that game in 1999, but they wouldn't give me any highlights and all that. They showed that Red Sox, that 8 or that 10-run inning and all that, but yeah, it's just pathetic. Yeah, 23 runs. I don't think the Blue Jays are going to be that dumb. Oh, there we go. Somebody uploaded it. Highlights. Well, Sports Center highlights, not 1:31. So it's game 4, right? Game 4, 1999 ALDS. Okay. Okay. So it is game 4, right? Yep. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll probably put this in my bookmarks to watch later. But yeah. They're not full highlights. No, but there's the full game. Brian Fleming. So yeah, I found the Brian Fleming. They're not full highlights. Yeah, but like Brian Fleming posted the game on YouTube. So yeah, I gotta watch that. 23 runs. That's a record? I thought someone had 24 one time. Guess not. 23. Yeah, I remember that. Because yeah, Cleveland lost 23-7. But I believe then game 5 was when Pedro came out of the bullpen and pitched those 5 perfect innings and got the Red Sox to the ALCS against the Yankees because, yeah, obviously, because the Red Sox didn't get to the LCS between 1986 and 1998. Wells, popped up. Oh, don't collide. Okay, who? All right, shortstop. I was like, don't hit each other. Don't hit each other. Troy O'Leary became a one-game legend. Yep, that's for sure. Troy O'Leary, Mrs. O'Leary's cow. Oh, what? You're Polium? You can't do that. What the hell? You're Polium? I'm not a fan of this. Okay, yeah, he had a great game and all that stuff, but look at how many hits the Yankees have and all that. Like, wait till he makes a mistake and then take him out of the game and all that. So, like, saving him for a later day, especially with an off day tomorrow. Well, if you look at, yeah, like, fine. Like, if the score was close, like 2 or 3 runs, yeah, I see that. But he hasn't, like, made a mistake all game. Yeah, he only had 1 walk, and that was the Judge. But, like, he hasn't made any mistakes yet. Like, if he gave up a hit or something like that, if he gives up a hit, then yeah, take him out. 2025 analytics, Jeff. We aren't supposed to understand. That's the point. The point is, baseball fans like you and me, Tim, are not fans of analytics. I'm not a fan of those analytics and all that. Okay, yeah, you give up a hit, fine, take him out. But dude was nearly flawless through 5 1/3. Like the guy, like, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers on the scoreboard. They don't say, oh, well, win probability and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, it's his first game, but he's throwing he was throwing what and all that. Yeah, he gets a curtain call if that's cool and all that. But like, not really a fan of it. But you never know. Maybe the bullpen might be fine. Maybe the Yankees are just going to give up. Who knows? But I know the Yankees won't give up because they want momentum for Game 3 on Tuesday. And it looks like, yes, I will be streaming Game 3 and all that. The worst part is that, I know Game 3 starts at 7 o'clock, and I know, and who will be doing inside pitch at 8 o'clock. So, like, I lose you, Tim, for like a while. Briel is pitching. I don't know if I'm a fan of him yet, but we'll see. Well, we'll see what the bullpen does, to be fair. Grisham has struck out a pair of times. So, well, I'll give him a bit of a doubt. Yeah, he faced everyone in the Yankees lineup twice. And Trey was one batter above the minimum because, was that one? Or two, right? No, he was two batters above the minimum. Because, yeah, Grisham, if anything, like if Trey was doing what he did, then, Grisham would not have batted till the 7th. Ground ball, first, flip it. Nice job. Nice job getting to the bag, Briel. That's 2. So, yeah, Aaron Judge has now come to the plate. I mean, the fans are happy with him and all that, but, like, personally, I probably would have just said, okay, you give up one little mistake, then you get yanked and all that. Like I said, if it was like a 2 or 3 run game, they probably would have yanked him after 5. Like, I would have loved to see if he could get Grisham again. At least let him pitch to Grisham. I mean, Judge, okay, fair. I will allow that. But Grisham was not doing so well. I think you just pitched to Grisham, and then you would have probably yanked him after facing Judge. Well, yeah. But, like, that's fair. That's a foul. But, yeah, the guy was pitching great. Yeah, like 2025 analytics. Like, dude, if this was even the 1990s or even, well, heck, let's just say the 2000s, Trey would have been continuing the pitch deep into the game if he kept not making mistakes and all that. Like, people in the 70s and 80s would be laughing at the Blue Jays for, like, pulling our pitcher so early. They'd be laughing, people. They'd be laughing at us. Oh, it's in the zone. It has to be in the zone because of his height. 2-2. So 2-2-2. All 2s on the line. And Judge is the number 2 hitter. Well, one more strike, and they can get out of this inning. Ground ball to short from the deep hole. Well, there goes the no-no. Yeah, there goes the no-no. So that's the first hit of the day for the Yankees. Well, it was going to be tough, to be fair. I mean, that was in the grass past shortstop. It was from deep shortstop. Yeah, Judge does have the long strides. That was going to be tough. That was going to be a tough play, and that's a hit. I mean, it had to be a hit. Fair enough. Bellinger. Strike. Yeah, it was going to be a tough play for Jimenez to just go from shortstop. Braden Fisher is in the bullpen. Driving from Toronto to Pennsylvania for his starting pitcher's parents. The Pennsylvania country. Yep. Fair. Yeah, love to. Another 0-2 coming up from Brio. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. God. Bellinger goes DP2. What can you do? Nuts. Stadium jeers. Yep. Stadium jeers. Stadium groans. Boo. 12-2. Damn. Well, the Yankees, that's the most. Well, they scored more runs in this game than they did yesterday, despite giving up 12. It's 12-2. So, yeah, told you, Cody Bellinger is nothing new. Another terrible play on an 0-2. Yep, there goes the shutout. But yeah, the Yankees scored in the sixth last time. Oh, it just dropped. Darn it. Rice just flipped one. Yep. Now that Trey's out of the game, they're just teeing off on the Blue Jays. I know that the Blue Jays have at least 3 more offensive innings, but still, I mean, yeah, Burrow just couldn't keep the no-hitter intact. He gave up the home run to Bellinger. Bellinger's a pretty good hitter, obviously. Well, you tried to make it a combined shutout for the Blue Jays, but not so fast. That's all right, though. I mean, if the Jays can keep a 10-run lead, that's the most in history. Damn it, Tampa just scored a touchdown. Arizona winning at the half. Detroit winning at the half. Commanders and Chargers are tied. Oh boy, it might be 2-2 for my picks. I need the Chargers to win. Everything else, the 2 wins are almost like given too. Yeah, 8 hours from Toronto to Philadelphia, unless they go central Pennsylvania. Well, I mean, yeah. They'll probably leave and head straight for Pennsylvania now. They could beat the traffic in a sense because, you're not going to have fans leaving the Rogers Center unless they're Yankee fans. Yeah, 5 hours. That's right. I think I read that. I almost thought it was 4, but it's 5. Okay. Yeah, 5 hours. FanDuel Casino. I really hate these stupid casino advertisements on TV and all that. Because you're not really supposed to sell out to the casinos and all that. Yeah, they have the money, but that's just pathetic. Every sport's going to have a gambling scandal nowadays. Like, I think baseball's had one, obviously, with the 2 Cleveland players for gambling. Basketball, the Raptors lost one of their bench players because of gambling. He's been banned. Football's had some players be in trouble with gambling. And basketball, too, I think. No, I said basketball. Hockey has had to. Shane Pinto lost half a season because of his gambling thing and all that. So, it's just pathetic nowadays, like what Ontario has done and all that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Proline and all that. But when you get FanDuel and BetMGM and everyone else sponsoring you and all that just for sponsorship money, you were going to go downhill quickly. Did he go? No. That was a weird half swing by Stanton. I see the average on Stanton. Braden Fisher, good reliever. I think he pitched an inning yesterday. Well, the score is 12-2 for the Blue Jays, so looks comfortable. if the Yankees do come back from the deficit they were in, I think that would be a major league record, right? I think someone came back from 12 runs. Stanton, damn it, down the line. That's definitely a double. And I'm surprised the Yankees didn't send the runner home. Stanton down the line in left field. So yeah, now the Yankees are hitting. Now they're hitting when basically the game's out of reach in a sense. I know, but I know the Jays have 3 offensive innings guaranteed. So, you got to get these guys out when you can. Ball 1. Wow. The Jays, yeah. I would have probably kept Trey in the game to see what happens. And then when he was really in trouble, then you yank him. All that. Now it's a different mindset. Because the Jays got into the Yankees have got into our bullpen. I mean, our bullpen's not like super duper shutdown, but it is pretty decent. 286, so that's like 2 for every 7, right? Yeah. Chisholm will foul her off. Strike 2. Yeah, so there's a day off to enjoy myself in a sense. And then game 3 will happen at 7 o'clock Eastern time on Tuesday. So, yeah, then things are going to be a little different. 1-2 pitch coming up. And foul. Rats, I thought that was in bounds. Because that would have been perfect for the Jays just to get that third out. Bellinger hit a 2-run home run to make it 12-2. So, yeah, the Yankees are starting to bat quite well and all that. Like, whatever. Okay, now what? Oh, the batter's disengaged. Yeah, the whole pitch clock thing. Yeah, the hitter disengaged, so the pitch clock moves up. Yes! We got him. Jazz is out. But the Yankees do put 2 on the board. It's 12-2, so, whatever. Cannot put the cart before the horse, or the horse before the cart. So yeah, you can't take anything for granted nowadays in sports. Up, Seattle just scored a touchdown. Nice. We tied it. Cardinals look good. Lions are up nearly. Chargers have got to take down Washington. I know Jaden Daniels, but you're in Los Angeles and all that. Okay, let's see here. Trying to do my way too early NFL predictions for everything. So yeah, that's for next week. I've got some predictions like that I think I'm gonna get right, and some I might get wrong. So yeah, I keep my eyeballs open. So yeah, I gotta be swinging the Blue Jay flag and all that every so often and all that. Come to think of it, I need to take my medication. Be right back. Don't worry, my water and my medication is like not that far away from me. So I got to take my free Gatlin, my Raven Crystal, and my So yeah. Hazel May is interviewing, I guess, Trey's dad. Is he still here? Yeah, Dave and Cheryl Yusevich. I'm actually surprised they are not just headed out to beat the traffic in Pennsylvania to go back to Pennsylvania, but you might as well be supporting it. Yeah, trade day. Trade day, trade day, trade day, trade days, lower than over 10. Yeah, the Brad May thing. Yep. Yeah, I would have just kept him in to see what he could do. But, it never. Yeah, you know how things go sometimes. But yeah, the Jays are looking good. They're up 2-0. Well, that's what everyone says. And now here's Flatty. If I were Warren, wow, they're getting him. They're keeping him in the game. I'm actually stunned that they don't just fire off another pitcher. Like, your guy's throwing 40 pitches on the bullpen. If I were Boone, I would have just, say, okay, well, that's enough pitches and all that. We need to go with someone else. You don't have to go with your superstars. You just go with somebody like middle of the road, if you will. And then save your best guys for, game 3 when you need it the most. I'm just trying to think the last time the Yankees were swept in a postseason series. I don't remember. And one game wildcard games don't count because that's just one freaking game. Just thinking here. I know the Yankees got swept before. Let's think here. I don't know when the last time the Yankees were swept in a postseason series. I think it was way back when in the 90s. But I would say in the 90s, but not to compare. I don't. No, wait. They got swept by the Tigers in 2012, didn't they? Yeah, they got swept by the Tigers in 2012 LCS. Now I'll post this to the chat. Yeah, because I know that I watched highlights of like LCS winners, like winners of the LCS, like the ALCS and the NLCS. And I remember there was a stat with Tigers up 3-0, and then they swept, and then they beat the Yankees for the pennant. Oh wait, 2012. I was thinking 2010. No, 2010 was the Rangers. Yeah, 2012 had to be the Tigers because they got in against the Giants. I picked the Tigers to beat the Giants because I'm thinking, well, San Francisco just got lucky to get there, but I was wrong. Kirk to center field. Nonchalant. Grisham makes the basket catch. Yeah, 5 in the third. Did not give him a hit. Did not give him an earned run. Walked 1 that was judged in the first inning and struck out 11. A franchise postseason record. I kept thinking that Juan Guzman had double digits one time, but I guess not. But yeah, 11. Like the one guy, his 16 outs he recorded, 11 have been by Ks. So, that's the creepy thing. So, yeah, 12-2. And that's foul by Farshaw. Eric Lauer and Flaherty, the lefties, are in the bullpen. Yeah, Toronto said they were going to get a lot more lefties in their bullpen, their postseason bullpen. 0-1. Way wide by Warren. Yeah, dude's thrown 50 pitches. Farshall's been doing pretty well. A pair of doubles, a 2-run home run, 3 RBIs. He's been doing everything by the book. That was a foul. I was going to say, that looks like a weak pop-up. Nope. I hope Toronto just basically didn't use up all their hits and used up all their gas to score those 12 runs. Especially with, what's happening with the Yankees going twice in the 6th, that they had momentum. Our shoulder right field, back it will go! Say goodbye! That one! Did it again. Farshing through the snow in a one-horse white boat lane. Over the right field will go, laughing at the Yanks. Ha 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 ha. Now it's 13-2. He's just putting it through. Oh, what fun it is to see some homers by the Blue Jays today. Oh, Blue Jays up 13-2. This looks good at all. But the Yankee Stadium could be a bitch. But what can you freaking do? Wow. I thought, okay, it's a double. Well, the way Judge was reacting and all that, yeah, right field is the porch in Yankee Stadium. If the Blue Jays can do something like that, well, they know the Yankees like hitting into the porches and all that. It's not as deep left and right field in New York as it is in T-Dot. So, yeah, Farshow's gone deep twice today. Alejandro Kirk has went deep twice yesterday. So, that's a big thing that, a Jay hits multiple home runs in a game, in a postseason game. I mean, obviously we've never seen 3 home runs in a postseason game by an individual. Comment? Oh, that's perfect. Over the first baseman's head. Well, I guess Farshow's proved me wrong, saying that we did not take their foot off the pedal. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, if I'm Aaron Boone, just get him out of here. Get someone in. He doesn't have to be like a superstar. Just get a middle of the road reliever, and then you save your best guys for game 3. So yeah, Aaron Boone honestly has been mismanaging and all that. And this is coming from a Blue Jays fan and all that. But yeah, Max Fried did okay, but dude, you're leaving this guy in to rot? No wonder Yankee fans are going to definitely call for your scalp and all that. If the Yankees can't pull this off, then definitely Aaron Boone is gone. I mean, what has Aaron Boone done as a player except for that home run against Tim Wakefield? I think he's been basically milking that home run as a player. He's milking that home run off of Tim Wakefield. And that's his only career highlight. What other highlights did he have in his career? And all that. Everyone thought the Yankees were crazy in getting Aaron Boone in 2003 at the trade deadline. But he proved everyone wrong. But yeah, Aaron Boone was okay as a commentator for ESPN's baseball coverage, which is now gone. ESPN's getting rid of the baseball and all that. It'll be the first time in a long time. I'd say 1987. Was it the first year of Major League Baseball on ESPN? Was 87 or something? I'm thinking 1990, but that can't be right. It had to be earlier than that. I think it was 1987 when ESPN decided to do baseball and all that for the first time. If that's true, then first time in almost 4 decades that ESPN won't have baseball unless they're rethinking a strategy, and maybe ESPN might share some baseball with other networks. Like NBC would like baseball back. They haven't had baseball since 2000. CBS hasn't had baseball since 1993, and the disastrous baseball deal they had, all that. ABC has had some postseason baseball, but not regular season baseball since the 1990s. I mean, 1996 or something like that. I don't know. Regular season. I don't think, other than the baseball network, I don't think ABC has had any regular season games since 1995. 2-2. Strike 3. You could have swung. But it doesn't matter. The Blue Jays score an extra run to make it 13-2. So Farshow, nice uppercut swing on that one. It was blowing the zone, but he pulled it up and into the pen. So once again, the Blue Jays are flying. It's 13-2. Tampa just scored, darn it, 28-21. That's a tight one. Cardinals still up 21-6. Lions looking good against the Bengals. Commanders just took the lead. Should have went with Washington, Chargers instead of Washington. That's what I say. But yeah, Drakey, the stuff for the #1 fan cup. I don't know how many packs I'm going to unpack here. Like, I will unpack one of these for sure. One of the packs of my 2024 thing. I did one yesterday. I'll do one today. I still have to do OTP baseball, tape that, like tape the playoff thing. So that's going to be some craziness. So the Jays have scored every inning except for the first inning. So that's all right. Here comes Lauer, Eric Lauer, Strike. So yeah, you might as well just get some bullpen arms and see everything. Straw in left. David Lucas, who started game one, he's now playing right field. So that's the end of Schneider's day. Yeah, so they took Schneider out and put Lucas in. Pitch. Through the hole, McMahon. Now that Trey's out of the game, the Yankees now have the confidence level. Boo, hiss. Obviously, I have to yell boo, hiss. I burped. There goes Volpe. Yeah. Man, I mean, you take a guy out who has a no-hitter through 5 1/3. Like, that's kind of off-putting. I mean, yeah, the Yankees had a few hits, fair enough, but like, dude was working on no-hitter. Yeah, you save him, fine, but the fact of the matter is that, see what happens. If he does get in trouble, then you yank him and all that. But like I kind of get it, but the Yankees should not have scored any runs in that inning. Yeah. No one's proven me otherwise. The Yankees, last time they got swept in the series was 2012. But I doubt that's going to happen because, you can't. The Yankees and Blue Jays were tied in the AL East and all that. They're going through the numbers, I guess, probably trying to figure out what sticks and all that. What do you do before game 3? A pair of lonely Yankee fans there. They got good seats. I mean, all that. I know that the Yankees have restricted tickets to their games. It's not just to screw with Canadian people from Canada getting those tickets, but the tickets were only for those 4 states, like the 4 states and all that. You're screwing, like the Yankees policy, like, okay, you're screwing with Canadian fans, fair, but you're screwing with like fans from the Western United States, like California, Nevada, Arizona, that want to come over to Yankee Stadium and play. If you have a home address and you're devout Yankee fans, forget it. The Yankees ain't going to sell you those tickets. 1-2. Oh, that's a strike 3. Yeah, I shake my head too. Honestly, I think that was ball 2. I hate to be honest, but that was ball 2. Boone probably doesn't agree. Like, I agree too. He has a legit beef because, I know I have the advantage because I see on the TV screen in the strike zone. But yeah, guy got hosed. That should have been ball too. Yeah, Rogers Center happy. The roof is open. A lot of people probably were surprised about how many runs the Blue Jays could get with the roof open, thinking that the roof closed was their only strategy. But yeah, it's like, but the fact is the weather. Oh, Goldie's now up. Goldschmidt is coming to the plate. America's first baseman, as they called him when he was with Arizona and St. Louis. They called him America's first baseman. Island of. Oh wait, yeah, Goldschmidt. I don't think Goldschmidt played yesterday at all. So yeah, maybe the Yankees are just going to get their guys off the bench and all that. Just try to see what sticks and all that, because they didn't make any starting lineup changes like the Jays did between games 1 and 2. Pitchers accept it and all that. Aw, quiet. Little boy up by the Blue Jays bullpen clapping. Tommy Nance at the plate. But yeah, Blue Jays are looking pretty good, and I'm happy. And all that. 13-2. That's a base hit. And the runner will move to second. No use trying to go to third base and getting plunked to get run out if you're a Yankee fan. But yeah, I wonder how bad the Yankee fans are on Facebook and all that. I do have a couple of people who are cheering for the Yankees through Facebook and all that, and I want to see their reactions and all that. Like I said, even if the scoreline holds and all that, I'm not holding my breath for a Blue Jay sweep and all that, because you never know what the heck can happen to the in Toronto at Yankee Stadium, because the Yankees are go back home for one, and then if they win, they force a fourth, all that. So as of right now, game 3 is at 7:00 on Tuesday for sure, and if we go to game 4, it'll be at 8:00 on Wednesday. Foul ball with Grisham. And of course, Major League Baseball said if the Yankees Blue Jays ends in a sweep, then the Tigers Mariners game 4, which was supposed to be Wednesday afternoon, that game will be moved to 8:00 Eastern time. Well, assuming that there would be a game 4. I mean, the Mariners have to win at least one of the next 2 games to force a game 4. And that situation, like at Tiger Stadium and all that. I wish it was at Tiger Stadium. I mean, Tiger Stadium has a lot more heart than Comerica does. All that. Yeah, Tiger Stadium was a fantastic stadium that lasted almost 90 years. It lasted 87 years. That's right. It was like historic. I mean, at one time it was like the longest serving ballpark in Major League history. Like Fenway Park is obviously Grisham through the hole. And the Yankees are going to hold. Now they have the bases loaded and 1 out. Flowers losing it. Here comes Aaron Judge. You obviously can't walk Judge because that's going to score a run. Yeah, Sherry's going to come out. Yeah, you might as well. Lauer is just giving up those hits. Well, you know how things are. So now comes Nance out of the pen. Well, what can you do? Yankees are starting to get hits and all that. They're starting to get confidence. You've got to stop the confidence level, especially of the Yankees. You can't give them any momentum, especially going into game 3. Seattle's in the red zone against Tampa. Man, that's good. Washington's in the red zone against the Chargers. Cardinals are up 21-6 on the Titans, and the Lions are at 28-3. So logically, 2-2 split the 4 late afternoon games. Then that puts me at 7-5, which means I need to win 1 of the next 2. Well, that means the no 10-win streak, the double-digit streak, ends at 4 weeks. But then I need Buffalo or Kansas City to win to get to 9. I just wonder if Bill actually did say the Bucks. when he made his predictions, because I said that we both made the same picks because we're on a team technically. I think he said Seahawks. Yeah, he did say Seahawks. I keep thinking to myself, he probably went Bucks. No, he said Seahawks. No, then we would have been like, we go Tampa. Yeah, I should have went with my gut and went Tampa. But like, I should have told Bill. I said, I don't know, maybe go Tampa or Washington. Yeah. So tell me Nance is coming to the mound for the Blue Jays and all that. Yeah, Blue Jays have a 50-50 draw worth over $700,000. That's a lot of coin and all that. Imagine if you win. You get one ticket and you get $716,000. I think that can't be for first place. I think that's just the prize pool and all that. But yeah, $700,000. That'd be amazing. To win $100,000 would be pretty good. I know it doesn't really go super far in this day and age. And like buying a house, you can't really buy a good house for $700,000 nowadays. All you can do for $700,000 is maybe buy a semi and all that. Like, the economics have gone way up ever since COVID and all that. Like, COVID has ruined people's lives and has helped people. But unfortunately, I think COVID has helped the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Now you got Aaron Judge at a foul. I wonder what the strategy for Nance is. Because, freaking Aaron Judge. If you could just get him to ground out and all that, that would be big. Yeah, 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and he scored a run. He isn't doing that bad in the postseason, including what he did to the Bo Sox in the LDF in the wildcard series. Fly ball to center. It dropped. It freaking dropped on him. Why the heck didn't he run for it? Oh, yeah, that's a single. Now the Yankees have momentum. It's a good pitch, but I think he was in too far, the center fielder. Too far deep. So it's now 13-3. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is more of a disaster than yesterday. We only gave up a run. I know we only scored 10 ourselves, but still. And Bellinger is at the plate. He hit the home run to give the Yankees the 2 runs to start. Strike 1. So yeah, can't give the Yankees any momentum, any at all. Because if the Yankees get momentum, even if the Jays win, then that's going to actually screw up the way things are. Poke job. Oh, did he make the catch? He made the catch. Well, the run will score, but the more important thing is that was a catch. So that works. Well, Bellinger got his 3rd RBI, fine, but it was a nice catch in left field. I can't believe he made the catch. Let's look. Yeah, nice backhanded catch by Straw. That was a catch. The left field umpire was there, and he had it in his glove long enough for it to be declared out. Remember, into the postseason, there are 6 umpires instead of 4. There's an umpire down the left field and right field line. So it's not bad. I mean, yeah, we give up a run, but we get an out, especially when we need 3 outs and all that. Strike right there. Ben Rice, 1 for 3. Blue Jays up 13-4. All that. Maybe the Jays have just took their foot off the pedal. I hope not. I do not want them to take the foot off the pedal, because if they do, then the Yankees are going to get momentum going to game 3. We don't want that. Wide ball 2. I want the Blue Jays to do well, but I don't want the Yankees to get momentum because, that ruins things for the Blue Jays. And then is it going to be a one-game momentum or is it going to be a multi-game momentum? Race to right field. Off the wall. This will score at least one run. Almost was a double. Almost was out. So a RBI double by Rice makes it 13-5. Oh boy, now you're worried. Boy, oh boy. Jays were up 11-0 at one point. Yeah, the 22 that Juan Soto used to wear. We went to the Mets. Yeah, that was high off the wall. And they almost got Rice, but missed Stanton. I would probably have walked him. Wow. Now Fluharty is back in the bullpen. This is getting a little disastrous. Yeah. I think is Max Fried still on the hook for the loss? I don't know if he is. I don't think so. At least I don't think so. I don't think he's on the hook for the loss. I think it goes to the runner who gave up the 6, and that's Weaver or whatever his name is. Not Weaver. Yeah. Man, this inning is getting longer and longer and longer, and my patience is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. That is 2-2. So, yeah, 2-2. Just get out of this inning. A couple of times we've. Why didn't you swing? Why didn't you try to throw it home? So Stanton still made it 13-7. Oh my gosh. This is getting embarrassing. Yeah, I know. What the hell? Now the Yankees are getting momentum. Oy, this is not good. My, oh my. The biggest postseason comeback from a game is 7 runs. Imagine if the Blue Jays, 13-7. That's a football score. Speaking of football, wait up. Speaking of football score, let me take Tampa and Seattle. Oh, that's a battle. 28-28. Big battle. Arizona is looking good after 3 quarters. Detroit's crushing Cincy, and Washington's taking care of the Chargers, but they're still in the 3rd quarter. So, as I said, 2-2. Split seas down the pike. That's 7-5, and then I need one more win to get above 500, which at least will keep that streak going. You had to be a pizza pro. Yeah. Just so stressed. All that. The Blue Jays did well, only giving up 1 run yesterday. Now they've given up 7. Thank goodness we've scored 13. And I know people are like, well, what's the record for most runs scored in a postseason game combined? And that's 29. Is it 29? That whole Red Sox. No, the Red Sox Indians game was 23-7. So that broke the record from 23-7. Yeah, that set the record, right? Yeah, 23-7. That has to be the most runs in a game combined. Most runs combined. No, most runs combined by 2 teams. There's leader. No. They're scoring 5 runs. No, like team. Stat Muse is stupid. Yeah, the record. Yeah, the Red Sox 23-7 win over Cleveland is the highest scoring game. I would say, I would have. Yeah. Chisholm. Well, at least we got the ground ball out. Nice job by Fleur Hardy. So it's 13-7. Yeah. World Series. Yeah, 23-7. Cleveland, Boston. Yeah, it is 23-7. It is 30 runs. Well, I know 15-14 and all that. So, yeah. Yeah, 15-14. Like 29 runs. Like, well, it's 13-7. It's only 20 runs. It's not even close to the record. And that was 15-14 in 93. Football update. Tampa's got the ball at Seattle's 41, 28-28. Cardinals up by 15, looking good. Lions crushing the Bengals right now. Washington up by 10. Should have picked Chargers, but like if Seattle can pull it off, 3 out of 4 would be great to go 8-4. And then I'm above 500 guaranteed, but would have to win the next 2 to get to double digits for the 5th consecutive week. I mean, I've had years in which I've had great seasons. Like 2016, I got above 500 every week in the 17-week season. And then last year, I was 17 out of 18 above 500. I had one terrible week early in the year, and other than that, I was pretty good. But yeah, like other than that, like yeah, to go double digits like 5 straight weeks. I had like 11 double digit weeks last year, or was it 12? I had a good mark for that. Yeah, so like my Pats, like the Pats, we go to Buffalo, expect to get taken out easily, and then we have to head to New Orleans, and that's a 4 o'clock game. That's a 4 o'clock game and all that because they have New England, New Orleans. I think it is a 4 o'clock game, so that's kind of weird. Yeah, New Orleans. Well, they beat the Giants. They could beat the Pats. Then the Pats go to Tennessee to face the Titans and probably be fodder for Tennessee's first win of the year. Who knows? And then Cleveland comes to town to end October, so that's a W, I think. Then Atlanta comes to town on November 2nd. I think that's a win. And then the Pats go to Tampa, expect L. I'm expecting an L. Then the 16th, then week 11, where are they? They host the Jets. They might win, they might not win. Who knows? And then week 12, they go to Cincy. If not Dalton, what am I thinking? If Burrow's healthy, then they probably will lose. And then week 13, they host the Giants on Monday Night Football, and then they get a bye week. Now here comes Jimenez. Warren is still pitching. Why? Personally, I'd be like, get a new guy out there. I mean, you're now cut the deficit to 6. Now you need a bullpen arm. Like any bullpen arm, you don't have to have a Warren or your closer or any superstars. You just need somebody out there. Can Warren handle it? Jimenez, he will fly out. Yeah, I'm just shocked that Boone's left Warren in for 66 pitches. Sure, you want to save the bullpen, but like you can't put a third arm out there and all that. What if Warren has given up a pair of tater tots, and he's the loser. He's the pitcher of record now. Straw's 0 for 2 with a walk. Well, that's way off. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to seeing the Yankees pitchers. I know that Cam Schlitter guy is probably going to be game 3 or 4 for sure, and he had a great game against Boston. If he has a good game against Boston, imagine what he can do against us Blue Jays. Schlitter. Here's Turkey in the straw. 2 balls, no strikes. Foul. Yeah, they have 2 offensive innings left at minimum. Hopefully, we don't need the 9th inning. Ow! Right off the mask. Oh, yeah, they have a new catcher because Wells was pinch hit for it. Ouch. 2-1. Why did you swing it? Well, yeah, that's a foul. 2-2. Blue Jays have to do something right. Because if the Blue Jays don't do anything right, then the Yankees will have momentum going back home. Farland is ready at the bullpen. Well, we'll see what Farland can do if he has to come into the game. Straw fouls another one off. Just keep forcing him to throw pitches. That's the old saying. So got that going for me. I got a lot of things happening for me. Hopefully tomorrow I don't lose my voice at work and all that. I have to go to the dentist. So obviously, Chisholm. Nuts. I thought that was going to be a nice infield hit, but not so fast, boy. Jazz Chisholm is a good player. I mean, the Marlins have given the Yankees Chisholm and Giancarlo in a sense. Well, a lot of people actually accuse the Yankees of getting the Marlins players on purpose because Derek Jeter is part owner of the Marlins, and you know him as a Yankees legend. Yankees, there's nothing wrong with Derek Jeter. He's one of those off the wall nuts. I thought Springer had just gone deep for the 2nd time today. Oh well, a double's a double. Yeah, why are you keeping this guy in? I wonder how Justin Fried is thinking about Aaron Boone and all that. I would have yanked my pitcher after so many innings. I would have taken Warren out because after all, I mean, yeah, that game's at 8:00 in Seattle. So you're only going to have an hour. All that. Yeah, Warren's thrown more pitches than Fried has and all that. I know you want to save your bullpen, but in the end, you're giving up runs when you're not supposed to give up runs. Lucas at the plate. We went 2 for 5 yesterday because he has a 400 average. Yep. 3 RBIs. He was one of the big RBI men yesterday. Alongside Mr. Kirk and alongside Mr. Carrero. And Mr. Jimenez. 4 for 8 runs in scoring possession. That's pretty good. 500. The best teams, I think, at 300 runs in scoring possession. That's foul, strike 2. 13-7 Blue Jays and all that. Just a little nervous. That's all. So, yeah, if the Blue Jays can hang on to win, then, yeah, I'll do Game 3 streaming and all that because, could potentially see a Blue Jays series win. Off, and the runner will go third. Nice. Good base running by Springer. You have to. You might as well play the game. It is a 6-run game, I know, but, the Jays had an 11-0 lead at one point. You got to make some arguments for the fact that, maybe they took Trey out too fast. I would have loved to see him. See, if he gives up a hit, then you get rid of him. Pop up. No. Foul. Over the Blue Jays bullpen. dugout. Yep. The Jays and Yankees will have the travel day tomorrow, and then on Tuesday they'll commence preparations. So yeah, commence. Yep, and all that. One, two. Good. I thought that was strike three. I thought the umpire was going to ring him up, and I was like, damn it. Nope, he's not. He rung. Up 13-7 Blue Jays. Just do what you have to do in living color. Dude, you fly like a balloon. Twos across the board, and Lucas is the number 2 hitter in the rotation, in the order for the Jays. Goes for it. East size. That's going to be an out. Runner on third stranded. You might have wanted another run to score to make it 2 touchdowns to 1 touchdown, but still 13-7. Whatever. Seattle's winning 35-28 now against Tampa. Wow. If they can hold Tampa, this would be big. Tennessee's got first and goal. They're down by 15 against Arizona. Detroit's crushing Cincy right now. Chargers have to do something against Washington. So, yeah. Yeti Cups and all that. Yeah, 13-7. Yeah. I bet you the Yankee fans who were at the game were actually headed for the exits and all that. But yeah, this game's going a little longer than it should be. Well, I know we're going to be in the top of the 8th, but in a normal game, 3-hour game, we would be at the top of the 9th right now and get those 3 outs needed. But now we're in the top of the 8th. And, the Yankees are picking away at the Jays lead and getting momentum. Can't have that. Sure, Jays win, but the Yankees will get the momentum going back to their stadium on Tuesday. I mean, Wednesday, the momentum is there for game 3. Game 4, hopefully no momentum, but yeah. So, yeah, 23-7. I got to watch that 23-7 game because the highest scoring game in postseason history. Maybe I'll just try to get a video on that or something. I don't know. Yeah, well, Tim, if you're still around, like Cleveland baseball fan, if you're still around, I might just do a top 10 Cleveland baseball video for you because, you've been so loyal to my streams in games 1 and 2. I mean, the other 2 guys from game 1 haven't popped by, but they're probably busy. I don't mind, but yeah, I think I'll do a top 10 Cleveland thing for you. I'll just put that in my roster. Yeah, I'll probably do Cleveland for baseball, not for hockey. Maybe top 10 Columbus for hockey. Maybe, top 10 Cleveland Browns moments, all that, and NBA moments. Yeah, because Cleveland/Ohio's got teams in all 4 major sports and all that. Because if you do that, other fans will want their top 10. Well, but you're the only one and all that. It says, but other fans will want their top 10. Yeah, granted, you got a point. Don't worry. Okay, if you're okay with it, then that's fine. All right. But honestly, I've got to do a top 10 for the New York Rangers because I owe it to the Blue Shirt Underground people of the group I'm in. It's strange how, I interact more with a Facebook group about the New York Rangers than the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's going to bunt. Boo! Chicken, Brock. McMahon being a prick, but he's out. That's what you get, buddy. Trying to be cheeky. Well, we're cheeky back, buddy. Nice try, but we kind of saw that coming. The other fans will want their top 10. But the fact of the matter is, like, you're the only fan that's been around for games 1 and 2 and all that. The other two, Dub and World Sports Gamer, haven't popped in. So, like, Volpe always got the hat trick for strikeouts. Strike one. Yeah, no Yankee got the golden sombrero yesterday. So, like, wow. I didn't even know Volpe had that going. I know Grisham had that, then he grounded out. Yeah. Could have been a strike, but it ain't a strike. Yeah. Volpe against Farland. Well, you might as well finish it off with Farland. Chopper foul. Oh, said Fox abandoned the Lions-Bengals game to go to Chargers-Commanders. Well, how much time is left in the line? They were trying to get a strikeout of Volpe. Yeah, there's still 11 minutes left. Like, the game's not over with the Lions and Bengals. Because it's an 18-point game with 11 minutes, sure, but, like, Oh. Well, at least Volpe won't get the golden sombrero. That's a ground ball out. That's 2 outs. So, yeah. In the red zone. Doe indeed. Because I had the Chargers. I have the Chargers in my pool, so nuts. Now I got to hope Seattle wins. Detroit looks good and Arizona looks good. So 3 out of 4 would give me to 8. And at least I'm above 500 again. But now I would have to win Sunday night and Monday Night Football to go double digits for the 5th consecutive week. Goldie Schmidt is now at the plate for the Yankees. Well, Farland did well yesterday. Let's see what he does here. Tampa's in the red zone. Chopper the third. Just get it. There we go. That's a 1-2-3 inning. There we go. The Blue Jays. That's the inning we want. That's what we wanted. All right. Bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays up by 6. Let's see if they can add at least one more run to make it a touchdown lead. Yeah, Tampa's first and Tampa's threatening. Oh, Tampa made the extra point. So now it's 35-35. But Seattle does that. They have time. They have 1:08 left. They still have time. Cardinals are up by only 9. Oh, they got to do something. Lions up by 18 with 11 minutes left, and the Commanders are looking decent. Yep, I saw Tampa just scored a touchdown and made the extra point. So now Seattle does have time for the winning field goal if they have it. I mean, the quicker the Seahawks game goes, the quicker they'll get the fans from Seattle, from the football field to the baseball field, because, they are like with it almost next door to each other, and the whole parking problem and all that. Like, they don't, the logistics were weird. And, Major League Baseball, truthfully, Major League Baseball should have put the Mariners game at 9 Eastern time. Well, they had the game at 9:30 Eastern time yesterday, but they should have done it, like, put 9 o'clock and give an extra hour to the fans leaving the Seahawks game, and then the fans coming for the Mariners game, for the logistics to be better. All that, because, a lot of people thought that the Mariners, the Seahawks game was probably going to be moved to a different day, like a Monday, but no. You could have 2 Monday games. There are 2 Monday games next week and the week after. Yeah, there are 2 Monday games on Canadian Thanksgiving / Columbus Day. Buffalo, Atlanta, Chicago, Washington. I can't believe it. Chicago and Washington have to play again in Washington. Like last year was when the Bears got bit on that Hail Mary and all that. And they go back to Washington? I guess maybe a rivalry from the NFL pre-Super Bowl days. Maybe. That's probably why they're facing each other. I don't know how logistics work on the schedule. Yeah, 7 o'clock on Tuesday instead of 8. I would have loved 8 o'clock on Tuesday. That would have been great. By the way, in your Blue Jays moments, the Alomar home run off accuracy was a Canadian Thanksgiving game. It was? I thought the Almar home run was maybe a Wednesday or Thursday. To be honest, I didn't really take much in the day of the week, but yeah, it was a Canadian Thanksgiving game. Cool. I thought it would have been. I logistically would have thought it was a Wednesday or Thursday game based off of a lot of things. Well, here goes Flatty, 3 for 4. He's been on fire the first 2 games and all that, and they still have Warren on the mound. Like, what is Aaron Boone thinking? And all that. Yeah, I would like to see what Justin's thoughts about the game is and all that. Why did you swing and a pop up? You want to get at least 1 or 2 extra runs. There have been times, I don't remember a postseason game in which a team scored 6 runs in the 9th. I know the Blue Jays, when they did that game in 93 in game 4, that was the 8th inning when they went DP2. Maybe it was Thanksgiving weekend. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Like, I didn't get the 5s from Monday game. Oh, no, that probably was. No, I think it was the weekend. Because I think it was it was a Wednesday when the Jays won the pennant from the A's. So I think it was a Sunday. Yeah, it was a Sunday game. I think it was a Sunday game when Alomar did that off Eck. Because if memory serves me right, it was a Wednesday that the Jays clinched the pennant over the A's to go to the World Series. And that was the same day as Francisco Cabrera's unlikely hit to score a very slow Sid Breen and all that. Yeah, that was on Wednesday when that happened. Well, Game 7, yeah. And Game 7 of the ALCS would have been on a Thursday, which would have given the Blue Jays only 1 day rest instead of 2 for the World Series, which started on a Saturday. Kirk popped it up. Got it. Yeah, Warren's pitching kind of like a Game 2 start, but he wasn't the starting pitcher. Max Fried was the starter, and the Jays roughed him up for like 5 runs, and then they yanked him for Warren. I mean, if Aaron Boone was smart, he would have just trotted out a few more. There you go. Now you're going to get him. Like, why now? Like, Yankee fans are probably whining that Aaron Boone should have gotten Warren out earlier. I would have thought so too. Luke Weaver's on the mound, and he has an infinity. He has an infinity ERA. So, yeah, Justin hasn't really said much. He said a lot of things about Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah, 1 Game 5. No, we didn't win Game 5. We lost Game 5 of that series. Luke Weaver, yeah, he has an infinity ERA because he has not recorded an out in the postseason, and he's given up 500 runs. So that's an infinity ERA, which is a rarity. I mean, when you think infinity ERA, in honesty, it was David West that comes to mind for baseball fans. Like in '93, when West was pitching in the World Series for the Phillies, the fans said that he had an infinity ERA, meaning he never got a guy out. Especially even in '91 when he was pitching for the Twins, and they won the World Series, but he never got one guy out. Oops, he's going to get someone out for sure. One pitch, one out. So there's Weaver. So Weaver's going to have a ERA number now. It's not going to be infinity. Sir Anthony is going to come out for the ninth. All right. Yeah, because the Jays were up 3-1. They had a chance to take it, but Oakland forced Game 6 back in T-Dot. But T-Dot won. Tampa Bay takes a timeout. Oh, my God. Did Seattle choke this one? Oh, man. Tennessee's coming back against Arizona. Wow. That's creepy. Detroit's still up by 11. Washington's winning. Oh, my God. They just kicked a 39-yard field goal to win the game. Tampa just kicked the field goal to win the game. Ugh. Darn it. So close. I thought Seattle was going to pull it out. Frig. And Tennessee's coming back. Wow. That's a shocker if the Cardinals just let the Titans get off the hook. Well, then. So the Seahawks get a field goal. So now they'll have only 60 minutes to get the fans out of the football stadium, and some of them maybe to the baseball stadium because they're doing the football-baseball doubleheader. And then you got to get the cars that are only for the football game out of there so that you can get the cars that come in for the Mariners game, because that game's supposed to start at 8 o'clock. You got logistic problems if you're Seattle. Like, all the Jays need to do is get 3 outs, give up 1 run, maybe 2, but don't make it a safe situation. And personally, I think that the Yankees now have momentum headed to Game 3. I hate to say it, but the Jays were up 11-0 at one point, and now it's 13-7. So I think the Yankees have a slight bit of momentum headed to Game 3. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Jays lose Game 3, but I would love to see them win Game 4, get the split in New York so that the Jays win the series 3-1, and they get to host the LCS against whoever it is, Detroit or Seattle. It doesn't matter because the Jays have the 1 seed. So the Jays would host the LCS, and it would be the first time the Jays had home field in the LCS since 92. Now you're thinking 93, didn't the Jays have more wins than the White Sox? I think they did, but because baseball at that time had the rotation of the LCS would be one year, the Eastern Division winner would be home field, would get the extra game. Titans scored when Ward got intercepted. Wide receiver forced a fumble, and then the Titans wide receiver recovered in the end zone. Well, I would be thinking to myself, if the Cardinals player, if that was in play, why didn't the Cardinals player just go down for the interception? Yeah. Wide receiver forced a fumble and recovered in the end zone. Yeah, if the interception was the interception in the end zone? Because it'd be like, why didn't the Cardinal player just take a knee and take it out to the 25? There's Grisham. I'm surprised he's still batting. I would have taken him out. His postseason batting average has sucked, and you're down by 6. That's foul. I'm just going based off reading the box score. Ooh, okay. But yeah, I know the Cardinals player got in the end zone. Why the heck you don't just take a knee and take it to the 25? Yeah, if Ward got picked, or did the Cardinals player get whacked, fumbled, and then the fumble went into the end zone? But whatever. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, the LCS thing was a rotational. 92, the Jays got to host the first 2 games of the ALCS. Well, in 85 we did. 89 we did not. Grisham whiffs again. That's 3. Give him the hat trick. That's a hat trick of strikeouts. One away. So yeah, that's just pure awkwardness. But, yeah, reading the box score, sure. So, yeah, Judge is at the plate now. Yeah, you're going to yank Aaron Judge. You might as well be laughed at in New York. That looked like a strike in the zone. But that's a ball. 2 singles, 2 runs, an RBI, and a whoop. Why is my stomach growling? I just ate those pork riblets. Well, too. Whatever. So, yeah, the rotational thing, because 93, yeah, it had to be rotation because in 93, the Phillies hosted the first 2 games of the NLCS, even though we all know that the Braves had way more wins than the Phillies that season because the Braves had 100-plus wins and won the division on the final day when San Francisco decided to go with freaking Salomon Torres as the starting pitcher. I mean, Salomon Torres, really? That was a brutal mistake by the Giants and all that. So, yeah, the Braves had triple-digit wins and the Phillies didn't. So, yeah, it had to be a rotational system. All that. Yep, he'll walk Judge on 5 pitches. So, yeah, now it's up to Bellinger. He's hit a home run. Hopefully we don't give up any more runs and give up any momentum to the Yankees. Any. I don't want to give up anything to the Yankees. Technically, they got kind of a momentum shift because the Jays were up 11-0. And since then, the Yankees have outscored us 7-2. So, yeah, I think they've got a thing. And I don't think Fried will get the loss because he only gave up 5 runs. Bellinger's got 3 of the 7 RBIs for the Yankees. Well, yeah, so I'll probably open up a pack of cards and all that and then just end the stream. Why? Ball 2. Oh boy, yeah. Some things going on here. Yeah, Tampa beat Seattle. Hopefully it's not a harbinger of things to come for the Mariners, that the Seahawks had it in their hands and blew it. And that the Mariners did too. I think the Mariners had it in their hands and blew it. And now Skubal is pitching for Detroit. If ever the time is to get the win for the Tigers, it's when Skubal's on the bump for game 2. You go up 2-0, you have a chance to maybe split at home or something, and you're going to the ALCS somehow in some way. Oh, they were hoping for at the bottom of the zone, but that's a ball. A little too low there. Yep, Cody Bellinger. No, Clay Bellinger. No, yeah, Cody Bellinger. I was right the first time. Up. Step on. Okay, that's all right. That's a smart move. Just get the out. Just get the out. He almost went for the runner at second, but did not. But that's okay. You get the sure out, and then Rice is now coming up to the plate. As long as you it's out number 2. So, that's the smart move for the Blue Jays, just to get the one out. Rice's Judge's run doesn't count. Doesn't matter. Yankees are 5 for 6 for runners in scoring position. Jeez. They have a better average than the Jays, and the Jays are up by 6. Well, 5 for 6, not for runs, but hits, 5 out of 6. With runners in scoring position. Yep, some Yankee fans there. They called that a strike. 1-1. So, yeah, Blue Jays are getting close. Puck is right. Yeah, the puck is right symbol. Because they said that the Yankees are not a really good team. Well, I think they're a good team. And I'm a Blue Jay fan. Ground ball. Foul. 1-2. So 1 strike away for Dominguez. I wonder how Buck Martinez is responding to that. Obviously, I can't have the audio because I'm don't run foul of Major League Baseball. Okay, 1-2 coming up. High. Probably getting raced. Try to get him to chase. So, yeah, 13-7 Blue Jays. Thank goodness for that massive offensive output to make it 11-0 because that's what's holding up for the Jays. That's what's holding up. Foul again. Just making Sir Anthony throw more pitches. That's what you usually do as a hitter. If you can't get it into the field for a hit, you just foul it off and make sure that the pitcher keeps hitting and all that. There's a Joe Carter. There's a Dino Navarro jersey. There's a Bo Bichette jersey. 2-2. Nope. That's wide. Tried to get the strike zone, but failed a little wide. 3-2. So they better be careful and all that. Yeah. Three, 2. Ball 4. Darn it. Should have given him something to hit, and then he probably would have screwed it. And now you got Giancarlo to the plate. Giancarlo could make something happen. Personally, I would walk Stanton to get to the next batter because Stanton's run doesn't completely mean anything except put a safe situation for Hoffman. But they're going to let him pitch him. 2 for 4, a double, single, and 2 ribs. He is batting. That 2 for 4 has raised his batting average to 158. Raised it to 158. All that. Yeah, Boston did well getting rid of him, but not everyone else. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now again, Dominguez is 1 strike away from getting us out of here and getting the Jays a 2-0 series lead out of best of 5, remember. Let's see here. 0-2. Yes! Blue Jays victory time! Yes! 13-7. We win by an unconverted touchdown. Well, I figured 13-7. A football score would happen in a baseball game on a football Sunday. But yeah, the Jays are now 2-0. I knew home field advantage would help us out. We sweep the Yankees at home 2-0, and probably, hopefully, a split at Yankee Stadium at the best solution. So at worst, I say a split at Yankee Stadium, win game 4, at least win 3 or 4 in 4, and the Blue Jays head home for the LCS, and they have home field no matter what. And we will probably hope that Detroit and Seattle just knock each other out, and then we get the scraps and all that. So, yeah, Blue Jays win by a score of 13-7 by an unconverted touchdown. Titans, oh my gosh. Titans have 1st and 10 at their 47. Washington looks like they're going to screw the Chargers, so I'm pretty much ticked off. Detroit is winning by 11 with 3 minutes left. What's the game on Channel 13 for football? It's Detroit-Cincy. Yeah, I guess because it's Detroit area. So, yeah. So, I'm going to watch Detroit-Cincy. The worst part about Fox compared to CBS is that CBS at least has the little box in the top left with the out-of-town scoreboard and all that. I don't know if my local CBS would have the game. Nope. Detroit, nope, they don't have the game. Oh, my God. Tennessee's got 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Oh, my God. Arizona, what are you doing? Stop these guys. Holy shit. This could be disastrous. This could go all for shit in one foul swoop. 1-3. That means that I'd be 6-6, which means I need to win both Sunday night and Monday night to go above 500 and keep that streak going. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Now with Seattle and the Chargers losing, that means that it's a guarantee that I won't get to double digits for the first time this year. My streak of 4 straight has ended. So now the question on my lips is, now that Arizona probably is going to lose, I'm like, fuck. And Arizona's coach is probably going to be the tight ends who we thought they were, and we let him off the hook. Since he's shrugging their shoulders right now. My God, like, really? Arizona's going to take it down. Tennessee's going to kick the field goal. Obviously, it's a 22-yard chip shot. Yeah, Washington's in the red zone, and they're practically just going to run the clock down. They're going to score. Well, Detroit's got the ball. Hopefully, a few first downs, and that's going to be a win for the Lions. And that kind of does it. Yeah, first Lions non-quarterback with a pass to TD rush touchdown by David Montgomery since 1958. Gene Gedman was the last one. And he threw for a touchdown pass and ran for one. You see running backs throw touchdown passes in games almost all the time. So, well, let's see here. I might as well just open the tops pack up. All right, so I'm going to shuffle my cards, all that. Okay, Tim, if you're still in the chat, tell me when to stop. Someone tell me when to stop. And stop shuffling. Because there's 7 more packs of these. I broke one of them and had a Louis Gill. Okay, no one's telling me to stop, so one more. Okay, top deck. Okay, so now let's see who gets who do I pull in this one? Oh, Goff should have thrown it. Now the Bengals have a little bit of a chance. They have the 2-minute warning. Things are just not right in the world. Titans just pulled it out. Yep. Washington iced it. Tennessee wins in the 22-21. It was so there for Arizona to win. Now I'm hoping for Detroit to win so I can be 500 with 2 to go. Okay. Did I have the scissors or not? How did I open the pack of cards yesterday? Okay, there we go. I got the scene. Okay, so let's see who we got for this set. Okay, here we go. First up is Orion Kirkling, prospect for the Phillies organization. Okay. Orion Kirkling. That's his card. The trivia question is, who led 1975 MLB with 84 base running runs? With runs, I would say Lou Brock. Joe Morgan. Figured as much. Okay, next is Landon Dakota Knack from the LA Dodgers. Landon Knack. MLB debut and all that. 20 pitchers in the first inning. Landon Knack. And the trivia question is the trivia question on this back is, who's the first Dodger to fan 300 hitters? It has to be Koufax. Yep, Sandy Koufax, 1963. Figured as much. Next up is someone from the Royals. His name is Anthony Veneziano. And all that. So Veneziano. See the back of his card. And the trivia question is, who led the Royals in homers in 1975? I would say John Mayberry. All right, John Mayberry, 34. All right, great. This one, Tyler Black for the Brew Crew. I think I'm just getting prospects with these cards and all that. I'm not getting like any superstars and all that. That's probably what it is. When Tyler got a second career hit, his dad was on the mic. Rod Black. Oh, yeah. This is Rod Black's famous Canadian broadcaster, Rod Black. This is his kid, Tyler. Yeah, born from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Yeah. So this is interesting. Yeah, Rod Black's kid. Okay. What were the most home runs in a game by a team in 2023? Well, I think the Yankees, and I think it was 8. The card says 7 by 5 teams. 7. Okay. Tyler Black. Yeah, I'm probably getting like prospects. Next up is the Fred Lynn files. October 15th, 1975. Fred's Leather saves Game 4 for Sox. And that's Game 4 of the World Series. They talk about Fred Lynn and all that. Oops. Is that a safety? That's a safety for the Lions, and they'll get the ball back. So then we finally see the Lions win the game. My God, what a terrible thing. Everything just turned on it. Like the Cardinals were supposed to win, but everything turned. The Chargers were doing good, then everything turned on them. And then, Seattle had a decent chance and everything turned on them. I thought Seattle had enough time to win the game. So you had the Fred Lynn files for Game 4 of the World Series. I was going to say Game 6, but I don't remember him doing something in Game 6. Anyway, back to the thing. Marlins, Nick Gordon. Nick Gordon. He was with the Twins, and then Nick picked him up and all that. Nick Gordon. Yeah, he had a few years with the Marlins and all that. The Twins. And all that, but yeah. So it says Nick Gordon. It says who hit the most batters in the 1970s? Like who had the most hit by pitches as a pitcher? Well, I think Nolan Ryan. He was kind of wild. Nope, Jack Bellingham. Oh no, Nolan would walk the guys. But yeah, Bellingham. Okay, Kevin Kugler on the call in Cincinnati. Travis d'Arnaud. Yeah. Okay. It's not all prospects. Travis d'Arnaud, he's been around a while. He was a Blue Jays catcher, and then they traded him to the Mets in the Jose Reyes deal. And then he played for the Dodgers for one at bat, and then he went to the Rays, and then the Braves got him. Yeah, he's had a storied career. Remember, he was a Blue Jay first. And Travis d'Arnaud, who led the NL in saves in 1975? Marshall? Raleigh Eastwick, 22 with the Reds. Yeah, I figured with the Captain Hook thing, with no red had it. All right, 2 more cards. Ryan Helsling for the St. Louis Cardinals. He was decent. He's been decent as a pitcher. Helsley. What team had the most 2023 home runs? I think that was the Yankees, wasn't it? Nope, the Braves, 307. 307 home runs were the Braves in 2023? I don't think is that the record? Wow. Well, the Lions now have the ball, and that game is pretty much over. So, yeah, we'll just be on our merry way. And Bo Naylor, Canadian. So Bo Naylor, now he plays for the Twins. No, sorry, Josh doesn't play for the. Hey, I pulled the Cleveland Guardian, Tim. Bo Naylor, the proud Canadian from Mississauga. So, yeah, Bo Naylor. I pulled this card. Yay. So Bo Naylor, top 100 prospect. Yeah, Josh plays for Minnesota now, but yeah, he's a good prospect. What trio of brothers played in Major League Baseball in the 1970s? I would say the Alou brothers, but I can't. Were they all in the 70s? Allegedly, they were. That's the trivia question. That's a trivia answer. All right. So that's all. And all that. I would like to stretch it at 5 minutes, but I've also got out of the park baseball to tape, so I got to stretch my foot, rest my voice for a while. Inside, RJL's doing inside pitch baseball at 8 o'clock. I got to catch that. So thanks to everyone who tuned in to the stream and all that. It was not easy calling things for 3 hours, 20 minutes, but I did it. Game 3 will be a stream because the Jays are up 2-0 in the best of 5. So I gotta stream for a potential Blue Jays series win. Potential. But man, football just turned on a freaking dime. Everything just turned on the freaking dime. I was so close to starting 8-4 and at least being above 500. Now I've got to get 2 straight. I got to get both Sunday night and Monday night to get to 8 and to keep that streak going. Kind of like what 2016, getting every week above 500. So, the streak's now in jeopardy. Everything's in jeopardy. Well, that's pathetic. Well, anyway, thanks for watching to everyone around. And, travel day tomorrow, so no stream for me. I've got other things to worry about. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.